Oh, man, oh man. All right. Let me get chat started up. Um, go back to home and go to my channel, view your channel. There's my live. Pause it, pop out the chat. All right, we already got Mossum. All right, pop out chat. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it, Scott. Sorry, I'm slow on the response today. I just finished epoxying my entire driveway, and I feel like somebody punched me in the side all day long. Like right here, I just feel like someone just punch, 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 punch. Because the whole time you're like twisting to like uh epoxy it, because it's like a paint pretty much. Oh, my side is so sore, man. Tomorrow I'm probably gonna wake up and like barely be able to move. Anyway, enough complaining, Unrested. You're online now. What's up, guys? Jonah, always awesome to see you here, man. Thanks for rolling with my joke yesterday, Jonah. I always love it when I can just like drop that on a friend and like they'll just roll with it. You rock, dude. That was awesome. Um, Awesome. Hey, Mossum, I got good news. Wait, did I already tell you about like I saved that possum? Um, so my vice principal at my school saw that I posted about the possum living in my trash can, and she said sometimes baby raccoons would end up in her trash can, and the only way to get them out was she'd leave a step ladder in there, and they would crawl out. So I did the same thing. Maybe an ice pack. Actually, I have from Japan. They have these like big giant. They look like giant band-aids, pretty much, but they're kind of like icy hot and a thing that sticks to your skin. I'm gonna slap that on there. Oh, I didn't tell you about? Oh, okay, yeah. So I put the stepladder in there like my vice principal told me, and totally made it easy for the possum to climb out. He had no problem. And he's a happy, well-fed little guy, living a happy life now. He climbed out of there and was just like, "Okay, enough snacks for me. Bye-bye." And he continued to live life with his happy possum family. What's up, Nuno? Hey, I didn't see you last night. I'm glad you're here tonight. Um, Look at, you know what's weird? Okay, so like just the lighting of I don't know, I don't have like any special way that I set up lighting or anything like that. I really don't know a lot about lighting. It looks like I have like the most massive sternocleidomastoid muscles ever. Like as if I just like work out the sternocleidomastoid only. What is up with that? Like is there something I do to like what works out your sternocleidomastoid? Anyway, um man, I'm tired. I need to eat something, dude. I got some food here, of course, but I haven't eaten anything all day. I worked on that epoxy. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw my post that I just finished doing the epoxy. Well, I just talked about it. I just said why my side was sore. That epoxy, I did that from 9 a.m. all the way till like 6:30 p.m. Just I had to do 2 coats, and my driveway is like a corner driveway, so like it's not just like you pull out on one side, you can pull out on both sides. So it's like almost like I'd say like 50 meters of just like I had to do 2 coats too. Oh my God. That's weird. I think it's just the lighting. I don't think I have like an overly developed like neck muscle. I don't do anything to work out my neck. That's weird. It must just be something about how the light's going today. I'm really happy though. The weather's like cool. It's really nice and cool now. And man, dude, epoxying my driveway, it looks so good. It looks like I have like a brand new driveway. I was really like, I was kind of worried about it. And actually, with Alejandra, when she gets on here, I need to say thank you to her. She told me to wear a mask and gloves. And man, oh man, is she right about that, dude. The fumes on that thing they're no joke. You do not mess around with that. And when I said I was going to do it, she said, hey, wait, be careful. Wear gloves and a mask. And um, sure enough, like I was like, all right, well, I don't know anything about what I'm doing. I'm pretty sure that was Alejandra who told me that, wasn't it? That said like you need to wear gloves and a mask. And man, she's right, dude. Holy, that is like super strong chemical smell. Like you'll get like lightheaded if you don't. Oh hey Meadow, what's up? I got home from my stay at the family friend's place. How did it go, Meadow? Was it fun? Vanta black driveway to really weird people. That'd be crazy if you painted your driveway black. Oh no, actually, it wouldn't look that crazy, but it would look like the road like continues onto your house. It would definitely look awful. My house is like kind of a light blue color, and I painted it like an off-white gray sort of look. It came out looking great. You use polyfinish at work, and that stuff is hardcore. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh wow. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, you don't mess around with that. So like I opened up the first can of paint and was like halfway through it when I was like, oh man, this smell is strong. And so I had the masks there and I'm like, I'll probably bust them out as soon as I finish this first can. I went through 7 cans, by the way. Holy shit, did that take forever. Um, and I got about halfway through the first can and I was like, yo, this is no joke. I need to put this on. Andy, what's up? Welcome back, bud. Speaking of home improvements, you think it's worth restoring those affordable? Andy, I'm gonna be real with you, man. I mean, I just did a video on it. Did you see? Did you see my one about the Akia? It says Japan's giving away free homes, but is it worth it? That's the name of my video. Oh yeah, I actually talked up with the Discord today too, Jonah. So you might have a few people looking for that. I really always appreciate it. I hope you guys know that. Like any little bit you do to like help with the channel, like it's super, super appreciated. Let me see. Wait, what was I gonna say? Sorry. Oh, Andy. Okay, yeah. I gotta eat something, dude. I'm like not able to like stay focused because I haven't eaten anything today. Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay. It's no, you don't need to worry about it, Andy. It's fine. I'll still go over it a little bit with you though. I'm not so arrogant as to be like, you haven't watched my video. I'm unrested, the king of Japan. No, Andy, it's cool. Catch it whenever you want to, dude. But it pretty much says Japan's giving away free houses, but are they worth it? From what I've heard, all right, like I've talked to a few people who've gone, they've either bought one or they started looking for one and they gave up. You have to be really careful because there's a lot of junk out there that's just like the plumbing's so old, you'd have to replace all the plumbing. The electric's so old, you have to replace all the electric, or the foundation is so screwed that you'd have to tear the whole house down. Like I'd say the biggest problem I heard that you really need to check on no matter what is check the foundation. Like if it's been cracked or slowly deteriorated over time from like multiple earthquakes, which I'm not saying like they're getting hit by nonstop, level 9.0 earthquakes. I'm saying just like little aftershocks and tremors like that. They slowly start to form like fractures and like micro cracks and stuff like that. And apparently, like over time, that builds up enough where like if you don't have your foundation redone, you really risk like buying a house that could like literally like split in half. Oh shoot, I didn't get any paper towels. Maki, can I bother you for paper towels? I'm sorry. Thank you, dude. I know. I'm sorry. I just made him dinner though and brought it to him like by hand. So, okay. So check. Okay. Also, Andy, I would say if you could, thank you, bud. I appreciate you. I would say if you could, Andy, like try to hire a contractor. I mean, I don't know how good your Japanese is, but like, maybe even try to get one that can speak some English and stuff like that. Or just have like, Google Translate with you and have them do a full inspection. Like, what a 4-point inspection is? Definitely have them do that. I've heard horror stories of like termite damage, of multiple aftershock damage, worthless plumbing or electric, especially, I love the way the traditional Japanese house looks. That's like, made of wood and everything. And some of those are really built to take quite a bit of damage from earthquakes without cracking or bending because They literally don't use nails. They have like wood on wood contact. And while those are great, a problem you do run into is termites, and the other one is okay, actually, termites are what was I gonna say? I need to take a bite of something. I'm dying here. Like my brain's like just not connecting. Um, oh, mold damage. That was the other thing. Because when you have like paper, there's like paper, there's straw, and there's wood in the really, really old style houses, tatami mat, shoji doors, and wooden beam structures. You really need to check for all that. And especially if there's like an undercrawl, who knows what could be in the undercrawl. Anyway, Metal, let me catch up with you. I wish I could build miniature buildings, but even if I had the resources, I don't have the space to. How tiny are we talking, Meadow? Like, are you talking like like way smaller than those ones I showed in my picture yesterday of all that tiny little town I built? Oh, and Jonah, have you ever had any of the deep style philosophical conversations with yeah, yeah, especially my older son Kenny, man. Yeah, he he's like a deep thinker. Maki too. Maki, it's more with like technology and um philosophical comparisons between Japan and America, because obviously he's now lived like a year and a half in America. And then with Kenny, it's like politics, government, and like kind of religion sometimes, and technology too. Kenny, Kenny's sometimes like a scary level deep thinker. Maki, he's more of like a technical deep thinker. He really surprises me with some of the stuff he thinks of too. Mhm. Good question, Jonah. Hello, hey, Luna and Cole. I haven't seen you in a while. Hoping all are doing well. We're doing great now that you're here, Luna. We were like, man, I don't even know if I want to stream tonight. Where's Luna? And then you just showed up, and now things are popping off. Thank you for showing up. No, I'm serious. I'm happy you're back. I always wonder, like, I worry sometimes when I don't see some people for a while. I know some people get like super busy. Like, I know Josh right now, Thrustavius, is like he's doing all this studying with about solar panels with his job and stuff. So I know he's like ultra busy. But you know, yeah, I saw the picture of the little building. I mean, I I know what you mean about not having room though. I mean, even those, I had to like open up a storage room at the school to put them all away because like I couldn't keep them in my classroom. Hmm. What about what about doing like smaller versions in cardboard, Meadow? Honestly, if you could make them like really tiny, I mean, the tinier they get, the more impressive it really is to me. Where I'm just like, yo, that's so tiny. How did you do it? Um, if you want to make it super easy on yourself, here's my advice: use cardboard. It's free. You can literally go into like any store and ask them if they have any boxes they're throwing out. Just tell them it's like, I'm helping families in need pack up their stuff to move to their new uh, h- Habitat for Humanity house. No, no, don't lie and make up stuff like that. But most places you could get boxes for free, and then just get an X-Acto knife, a hot glue gun, and and I used to put paper on the outside of cardboard, but you know what I found works even better and faster? Um, Acrylic latex paint. It's usually the same stuff you would paint an interior cinder block wall with. It's non-toxic. Well, I mean, I wouldn't eat it, but like you don't have like any fumes or anything. You can paint indoors with it, and it like doesn't take a lot to put on, and it comes out looking pretty good. How come they only discovered 150 Pokemon in 1996, but just 30 years later, they discovered over 1,000? Like, where were all the Pokemon hiding for 30 years? That's a great question. Um, so was it when they discovered an extra 1000? Was it right after the Pokemon War? Because remember, there was like a giant war, right? And like a lot of people died alongside their Pokemon. And I think during that time, when there was the Great War between, Johto and all the other different areas of whatever planet Pokemon live on, which I don't think it's Earth. Um, science had no place at that point. Like the people were just, and so finally things calmed down. Love, trust, and humanity is restored to Poke Planet, and scientists are finally like, look, guys, when we fought that war, all we did was like discover just a couple hundred that helped us, do battle. But why don't we look at them on a zoological level? And scientists of the world convened, and they even created the Pokédex together. And they're like, now that we have the Pokédex, we can expedite the way in which we discover them and list them. And then that's what happened. I'm just theory crafting with you though, Malbec. Okay, maybe I hope that helps. All right, thank you for the warm welcome. Life is busy indeed for all of us, but I always try and make it here when I can. Yeah, guys, first of all, thank you, Luna. That's a wonderful response. I'm very happy you are here. But totally okay if like you can't make some of the streams as we go into November and December because you're just gonna be busy with family, man. Well, family comes first, right? When my wife gets here on December 20th, I don't think I'm gonna be streaming that much. I'm gonna be honest with you. Can you imagine? She comes all the way 12,000 miles across the world, and I'm just like, "Hey, sweetheart, thanks for coming." Anyway, guys, what's up? Unrest at night. Like, she'd be like, "What the hell?" I mean, she knows I do this. I probably do it like a couple times while she's here, but it's definitely going to be reduced. Yeah. Also, you got to think on the sense of like Malbec. For example, especially anything that was like water related or sky related, like technology needed to increase at some points for them to be able to discover those Pokemon. Because like the ocean itself on our Earth here, what do they say? There's still like, I don't know how much percentage that they haven't even been able to explore yet because they just like can't even go down deep enough, or there just isn't anybody willing to go out and record other species. But there's like, probably thousands of species underwater that we still don't even know about, or animals underwater that we don't even know about because we just can't explore those super ultra deep places. Kai, welcome back. Glad to see you here again tonight. I'm Make Coffee, and I was on SMA Nightmare. Was that a nightmare about me, Scott Michael Ackerman? Is SMA? Are you like saying the short for Smash Brothers, like SMA Bro? Nightmare mode. What's happening? You getting a bad? Oh, really? No, I'll check. I'll check the setting real quick. Oh yeah, it says I'm even dropping frames too, Maki. Let's see, how bad am I dropping frames? It seems like my connection is pretty crap too. Hold on, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna check taskbar up. Make sure we don't got Vantage going here. I might have Vantage going. If I do, sometimes that funks up the internet. I do have Vantage going. Wow, great, wonderful, love it. Lenovo Vantage. I hate Lenovo Vantage. And what are you munching on? Tonight, I'm finishing off the hot wings I bought yesterday. I only have a couple left, and then after that, I'm gonna bust out some. What are they called? Well, first of all, I got one of the best pickles ever, Grillo's pickles. They're so good. Grillo's. Grillos are, I think, they're on the same level, but maybe a little bit above Clausen even, but they're pretty expensive. And I also have I've really been like experimenting with pickles, and there's a type of pickle that is okay, so it's not fermented. What is it called? Okay, so when you pickle something, it's just called pickling it, right? But then there's another point you can drive a pickle into where it becomes like white, and like this white stuff starts to form around it. Long-term damage from military. What? Wait, what's long-term damage from military? I'm so confused. What are we talking about, Kai? I'll make coffee, and I was on SMA nightmare. It's long-term damage from the military. Wait, so wait, do you have like damage from the military? I'm not trying to joke or anything. Like I'm just honestly trying to like understand. Ferment? I think it is fermentation. So they take the pickle to like another level of like sitting in the pickle juice, and this white stuff starts to form around it. So like it makes the taste and like the smell like virulent. Like it becomes like incredibly pungent and like um almost on the level of like eating a clove of garlic. Um it's very delicious, but the smell is very it's almost it's not great. So I love the taste of a pickle driven to that level, but I have trouble getting past the smell. I don't know what to do, guys. Should I spray potpourri on every pickle I eat? Hey, Tim, what's up? Glad to see you back as always. It's fermentation. Welcome, Streets on Fire 215. I'm going to call you Street just from here on out, just to make it easy, but I'm happy to see a new face here on the stream. Welcome, Street. Oh, you tried natto. What did you think? Oh, the slime ruins it. Shokan Daikirai. I do not like the texture. Spinal muscular atrophy. Ooh, I know, Maki. My son just said, "What?" He said, "Dude, tell Andy that tastes amazing," and he doesn't know what he's talking about. That's what my son just said. I know. Yeah, it definitely smells bad for me. It's hard to get past that smell. Um, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like the other guy, he just said too. He said I can't get past the shokan daikirai tabemono no shokan wa zenzen dame da yo. That's what a lot of gaijin say. 外国人本当にバカだから、ちょっとボケ。おいおいおい、ボケ。No, it's okay, Andy, I can't eat it either. It's like one of the few things I've never gotten. I'm like, like, I want to be like open-minded. I always want to try new stuff. Sometimes, once in a while, my wife will hit me with, she'll be like, "You ever tried this before?" And I'm like, "What the hell is this?" The first time she ever showed me like a lightning bug squid, and I was just like, "Yo, no, what? This looks crazy." A tiny baby squid dipped in mustard, and you're like, "That doesn't sound good at all," but it's amazing. It's incredible. Alejandra, hey, you're the one who told me make sure you like wear a mask and gloves when you epoxy, right? Weren't you the one telling me about that? I'm pretty sure. So a new restaurant opened up my town's dying mall. Yeah, Alejandra, I followed your advice today. Thank you for that. That was very helpful. You are definitely right about wearing a mask. Holy cow! I'm really glad I did. Like I was at the store, I didn't buy enough of the paint, so I had to go back to buy 5 more cans. And when I was there, I was like, "Oh yeah, didn't she say like wear gloves and a mask?" And I already had gloves at home, so I didn't worry about that. But I'm like, I asked the guy at the store, I'm like, "What kind of mask should I be wearing?" And he was like, you can just wear I forget what it's called. And I was like, "All right, I'll add that too." And when I got back, I only had finished like half of one can, and I was like feeling lightheaded. And I was like, oh yeah, I just bought masks. What the hell am I doing? And I put it on. I was like, dude, she's so right. Kai, I'll type it in for you, bud. This is pretty common. Hazukashi. That's how you got to say it too. You got to mimic my voice exactly, and you gotta hold your hands in like this and be like, Hazukashi. It's true. That's how you have to say it in Japanese. I've seen how girls say it, and that's how they say it. You gotta like look down at your feet too. Hazukashi. Yeah. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, that's gotta be dangerous to like not wear the mask because like I had only been doing it for like a couple minutes, and I already started to feel lightheaded, and I was like, oh yeah, what am I doing? I bought the mask, like put it on, you dumb dumb. And so I put it on, and like uh afterwards, like even like my neighbors came over and they're like, hey, it's looking good. Oh my God, the smell. And I'm like, yeah, you gotta wear a mask if you're gonna be around it and stuff. And they're like, oh okay, I'm not gonna stay out here. I'm doing it outside, right? It's well ventilated. Still not enough. You definitely need to wear that mask. So good looking out, Alejandra. Never tried natto, but ate hella stuff at izakayas. That was completely unknown. Izakaya's always got some great stuff. The only thing I can't really get into at izakayas, cartilage. Not a big fan of cartilage. I don't know. How do you say cartilage in Japanese? I don't know that one. Hey Alexa, how do you say cartilage in Japanese? Nankotsu. Why is it so low? Is it like it's...
You know the meat, right?
Yeah, I know it's meat, but I don't feel like it's soft. Feels like my freaking jaw's gonna misalign when I bite into it. Feels like my jaw's gonna like disconnect. I know. It's cartilage is what connects. Oh, you don't like it either, really? Shokan, the show? So. Yeah. Naruhodo. I totally understand. It's like squid, but it never softens up. Like squid starts to get softer as you keep biting into it, but like cartilage just it feels like my jaw is gonna like disconnect when I'm like bite because your teeth can't even line up straight when you're biting down. Oh, I hate it. It's the worst feeling. Ah! It's like eating the other texture I can't stand is liver. I can't eat liver. Oh God. Eating liver is like the equivalent. Yes. I was about to say the same thing. I always say it's like eating clay. Oh God. Oh wow. He likes that too? Kenny's crazy. Whose kid is he? Oh wait, he's mine. Yeah, he's not good about it. He needs to get better at eating his vegetables. Yeah. Yeah, not izakayas have some pretty damn good stuff. So Todd, you're eating the right stuff, man. They're pretty good. It's not the healthiest food for you. But izakaya's got some pretty yum. What edamame? Everybody gotta love edamame, right? Todd, you definitely ate it and loved it, right? What else? Oh, tsukemono and rice. The pickle with the rice. When I first got to Japan, I didn't like it, but over time you develop like a love for rice, and then the tsukemono's like texture is wonderful. That little bit of crunch and it's sour, and you don't like it? Miso soup and rice? You mean like neko? What do they call it? Oh, you're eating the rice and you're drinking the miso soup. You're not mixing them. Neko meshi, isn't that what they call it? What do they call it? Neko meshi, right? Jellyfish. Yeah, jellyfish not bad at all. Yeah. You mean karage?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. You've eaten that, right? Karaage tastes really good. That is a good point. Yeah.
The part inside is super like soft.
Dekomeshi.
Some people just make it like sell like just like it's like skin's hard and inside like meat kind of like
There's like almost no meat. You just feel like you're eating like the crunchy bread, and then your mouth's so dry it's like you've taken bites out of a desert. Yeah, the school's one looks awful. I don't know. Yeah, dekomeshi. I love it, Jonah. This is great. I don't know if this is racist, but when I was a kid, my uncle would tell us not to eat too much rice or we turn Asian. Oh,
eat a lot of
I know. You're totally right, Maki. I mean, South America eats a ton of rice, don't they? Why wouldn't you turn South American too? Maybe you were already living in South America. I don't know. It does sound racist. It also sounds freaking hilarious. It's like I said about my own sons. I said if there was ever a I feel like yeah, one thing like there's always like food associated with like being racist, saying racist stuff. Like for example, like the French are called frog, the Germans called kraut. Um, so for like kids like my son, would it be like rice cracker, right? Because half white, half Japanese, so rice cracker. I probably like liver if cooked right, considering I have urges to bite into things like clay. Isn't there like isn't it called like pecophilia, where you have like the instinct to bite into textures that are like not to be consumed by humans? Pecophilia. Anyway, I did want to just join tonight and just talk a little bit about the video today. There are some good points people brought up. First of all, I knew everyone was going to agree with me that they knew there's like no robots in Japan. There's, I that's what I just hate that whole idea of like, did you know 1 out of every 2 people in Japan is a robot? No one's ever said that. I eat rice every day. I guess I'm now Asian. はい、布。それは当たり。日本人。日本人になっちゃった。米食べただから。We're saying the Alejandra's uncle used to say if you eat too much rice you'll turn Asian. Huh? It's kind of racist, but it's kind of funny at the same time. Yeah. After it's so crazy. Like I used to never eat rice at all. Like I was not a big fan of rice. And then when I moved to Japan, I still wasn't. I was just kind of like, whatever, dude. Why all this rice? It sucks. And then probably after I got married to my wife, actually, it's kind of funny. There's like a lot of stuff I didn't really like eating very much until she cooked it, and I was like, holy cow, this tastes incredible. Like it's so good. Uh, like mabudofu, which is like tofu, um, ground beef, and I don't know what that sauce is, but it's incredible. I had it one time at like a Combini or something like that, and I was like, oh, this tastes like garbage. And then my wife was like, oh, I can make it, and I was like, I don't know, I'm not like a huge fan. So she made it anyway, and I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. And she's like, yeah, when like an actual person makes it, it's not just like in a factory, dude. It's gonna taste a lot better. So I tried to be more open minded after that. You may have already explained it, but not sure about the holiday going on right now there. Oh, right now, I'm in America, right, Todd? Do you know that? Like right now it's in America. And then May I go back to Japan again. The holiday is Thanksgiving here. It's okay. She left me, but my son is almost exactly like me. Wait, wait, Kai, I must have missed parts of the story. Whoa. Oh no, I didn't see this, Kai. I'm sorry. Wait. Oh no. Wait, how did I just miss all this? Oh, long-term damage from military. Oh my god. Sorry, Kai. My brain was like out on holiday before I was. Oh, brine. Also, Andy, you're right. It is in brine. Okay, so you had mental trauma. Kai, I'm sorry to hear that. Like my friend in Japan, he's kind of like in this he's in the same situation. He's on disability now, too. He's like PTSD. So I have a friend who's somewhat gone. He's had kids too, and then he did get divorced, and then so I kind of understand somewhat. I'm not saying I totally understand, but I sympathize for sure with your situation. All right. Did it just recently end, Kai? Like, did you just go through it? And also, I hope you didn't want to learn the word embarrassed because you feel embarrassed. Dude, please don't ever feel embarrassed on here.
Right.
It's okay. She left me, but my son is almost exactly. Is your son living with you, Kai? Oh, oops. I looked it up and it said it's National Labor. Wait. Don't try to eat my food. No. You can't. If you eat a protein bar, you'll Hulk out, Deco. Oh. I see what you're talking about, Todd. Okay, I was like a little bit confused. I was like, dude, trying to explain Thanksgiving Day in Japan, like it just makes no sense. Like they're like, what is this? I'm like, well, you see, like people came over, and they're like, yes, but why buckle on hat? Why? Why this buckle? The hat is above the body. It does not slip down. Why buckling on the hat? Like, I don't know. Why do they have buckles on their hats? You haven't seen your son? Dude, Kai, this sounds... I'm sorry, man. So are you doing okay then recently? Like, so you're on disability now, which at least like you're being taken care of by like the money from vets, which I'm glad. I've heard sometimes it's a struggle to get that, even though you definitely deserve it. Did you just recently go through all this? Like, did this just recently like all? I mean, you don't only tell me what you're comfortable with, Kai. I'm not like I do usually want to hear like what if people are going through rough stuff and things like that. Like I want to hear like so um not to pry or to like get lots of info, but because I feel like it's important to be have some sort of sensitive awareness. So like, I don't make like some kind of joke or be sarcastic about something and later I'm like, "Oh, that was a horrible joke to make. I didn't know you were going through that." Like so I just and just to get to know you, like, as a friend here on 10 on 10V Yeats, 10V. What I don't know. 10 Yeats. Let's see what I said in 10 years. On 10 years? Are you saying you haven't seen your son in 10 years? Or what does Yeats mean? Deco, you're not eating this. I don't know how to link the mic. You're trying to set up a microphone? I'm sorry, I'm confused. There's a restaurant near my house that says Yakitori. So I went there and didn't know it was only organs. I ordered nankotsu, not knowing what. Yeah, I don't like it, right? Not a fan of. Oh shoot, the deco cam. Okay, hold on, we'll get it up. He's not there right now anyway. Right now he's like stalking me, hoping I drop like one tiny piece of chicken. Oh please, Daddy. I'm so malnourished. Just look at me. I'm nothing but fat and fur.
That's not a dog. That's not a dog.
I'm just a cat with a massive gat. Alejandro, that's totally true. Food tastes better when it's made by someone else. I didn't totally understand that until I started to like bring over some dishes that I cooked back in America for my wife. Like I'd make um fettuccine alfredo, or I'd make beef stroganoff or something like that. And when she'd eat it, she'd like really enjoy it. And I'd be like, well, I don't understand. Like I don't feel like I'm that great of a cook. And she'd be like, it's like because I didn't have to sit here making it. And so like I'm not there constantly stuck in the same smell, constantly looking at the same ingredients. Like when it hits me, it's everything all at once. It's not like me gradually having to dissect everything to create the dish. I'm able to just relax and focus on the food. And I thought, oh, I never even thought about it that way. So after she told me that, I realized, okay, we got to switch off and on nightly for who cooks. It can't just be her every night. She wanted to do that because she's pretty traditional, but I said, no, 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 no. You relax, you sit down, you take a day off. Let's chill out. All right. Yeah, dude, when I have the chicken wings, man, he kind of loses his mind. He's kind of like, birds. I like birds. You like birds? You're eating birds? I like birds too, because I'm a cat. I don't know why he has that weird, indistinguishable accent. I probably need to change settings. I can. So go into your sound settings, and then look for what kind of mic you have connected. It really depends though. Do you have? Because I run into the same problem too, Kai. I know what you're talking about with your problem right now. Is it like a headphone mic, or is it like this kind of microphone, the mic on an arm? Scott, do you have? Oh no, I've never given him catnip yet. Why have I not done that? I haven't seen catnip for sale. When I go to buy the food, I don't see catnip next to it. Why do I never do that? Dude, when you give it to Po back in Japan, Po-chan, he becomes like a crack addict, dude. He's like losing his mind. It's insanity. I love it. It's funny, but it's also kind of like, whoa, who is this cat? All right. French Fry Bandit. French Fry Bandit. Wait. I missed a story somewhere there. Dude, Kai, take a break and get some like a blanket or something. Like take care of yourself, bud. Chicken wings again? Where's the beef? Probably tomorrow night I'll do some beef. NZT, I bought the chicken wings yesterday, so if I don't eat them today, they'll go bad. I can't waste food. Mottainai. Why is it airport what?
Like airport, they ask you like.
Oh, you mean on the airplane? The airport's like where you're waiting. There is some religions where they cannot eat beef. And also there's just some people who don't eat red meat. Beef is considered red meat. And there's some religions, like I don't know exactly which ones, but like Like you can maybe eat beef, but then sometimes you can't eat beef if there's like dairy next to it and stuff like that. I don't know exactly how all the rules work. Ah, I was thirsty. Okay, sorry. I feel like I'm losing track of everybody's conversations right now, and I feel bad about that. Um, oh, mic on a cell phone. Is it connected to the cell phone, or is it a Bluetooth mic? Princess. Okay, so who is the French Fry Bandit? Is that your cat? Okay. French Fry Bandit. Okay. One time my cat took a chicken bone out of the trash, not Deco, but Pochan back in Japan, and I stopped him and got a hold of him and started to try to pull the bone from his mouth, like it was like kind of halfway in his mouth. He growled at me. He sounded like a dog almost. I was just like, oh my goodness. I was like, boy, you need to relax. That's how I talk to my cat. Okay. I don't know. It always popped up when I don't want it. Oh, I know what you're talking about, Kai. That's like sometimes like when you press the phone a weird way. I was just talking about that with my iPhone watch yesterday. Like sometimes it just starts doing like microphone stuff and I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to like activate via microphone? What happened?
That's when you make my stomp like anger.
Can you change it?
Because I never can get out from anger.
All right, so what you need to do is there's got to be a workaround. You can think of some way to work around that. There's got to be something you can do to work around that. I'm eating these. So now turkey, because it's Thanksgiving. No, I'm just joking. Every once in a while, I don't know why I like crave one of these. I don't know why. Maybe it brings back some sort of nostalgia for me or something. I don't know. No, you are not sharing this with me. Deco-chan. Don't you dare, dude. What are you doing? You crazy boy. Hey, Kai, are you part of our Discord? If you jump on there, we could probably like help you with some technical problems or anything if you're like dealing with some kind of technical stuff. Also come there and just like hang out and chat with us, dude. You know, I'm not saying we can help you at all with any situation, but we're there to listen and you know, everybody's ready to, you know, be there. Mmm. Mmm. Are you Kai, are you on the Discord? You should come join, dude. Like we can try and either help you out with that or we can help you out with, you know, just hanging out, talking, having somebody to talk to there. It sounds like a rough spot right now, man. I worry for you, bud. Alejandro from Israel wasn't that huge, to be honest. Weird AF. I missed that cat. Uh-huh. Halal does. That's what I was thinking of, Street. Thank you. Okay, yeah. So halal, they don't eat beef. Yeah. Wait, this is why that region is unstable. Wait, what, because they don't eat beef? I don't think. What? How does that work? Yeah, cheeseburgers, right? Because then you can't have dairy next to beef, right? We battled and we beat. We know that we are to separate our milk plate from our meat. Right? You guys like NoFX, right? Okay, so here's what I do. I put this on first, right? Like this, like they show you on the box. But then I've got the Grillo's pickles, and I put that on top too, and it makes like, ah. Plastic? What's the weirdest thing What's the weirdest thing Poe does? Can you think of anything, Maki? What's the weirdest thing Poe does? Like, what's something weird Poe does?
Like,
Um, with Deco's like a real big cuddler. Like he really likes to cuddle. Like he'll wait till I lay down and he'll creep up and like lay on my chest and like purr like a madman. But if you go up to Deco and you kiss him on the head or like try to like nuzzle him with your nose, he's kind of like yeah, yeah, like stop, and you're annoying. The other weird thing that Poe does is like he loves to be picked up and held. Like a lot of cats don't always like that. Held like a baby and carried around and talked to. But if you try to sit him on your lap and pet him, he won't let you do it. He never ever sits down for a second to let you pet him. They eat beef, I think, though, just killed halal style. So wait, now halal do eat that? Kai, what do you do? Kai, you're killing me, man. Do you want me to send you like a heater or on Amazon? I can buy one for you and send it to you, man, if you want. What's going on with your situation, man? Endoplasmic reticulum. I love the name. That's like one of my favorite word combinations. It sounds so good, right? Endoplasmic reticulum. The cell is the building block of the human body. Did you know that? Okay, what about resetting yourself back to spawn? Oh, then you'll lose your stuff. Okay, what about can you put on fly just for a second to get there? Like put fly on, get there, and then you're above it so you won't get hit. Just try that. Uh-huh.
the spawn point, I have a big, I think a big spawn. It's got a bait here, but I can't build.
Oh.
But to end the game, somebody has, I have to TP to somebody. Yeah.
All right, you want me to sign on?
Yeah, but I'm not.
Oh shoot, that's right. I'm sorry, dude. That sucks. I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry, let me catch up with everybody. I feel like I'm not tracking everything well, and I think I probably just did too much today. My brain's like not all the synapses aren't connecting. Deco seems like the kind of cat to chew on your toes at night while you're sleeping out. Okay. That's funny. That's actually you've pretty much figured out Poe, my cat Poe. So when we first got him, he'd do this thing where like when he wanted to be fed in the morning, he'd like go up like you're sleeping and he'd go up to you and do this like really soft like nose boop. Like he'd take his nose and just like boop, boop, and like you'd think like that wouldn't wake you up very much because it's just like the tip of a cat's nose. But what you get is like this ultra cold, wet spot, and then the whiskers tickling you to like no end. Uh-oh. Deco-chan. Deco-chan hoping, hey daddy, please drop something. You know I hungry. What's wrong? You're so sweet. You know daddy love you, right? He's so cute. And then you want to turn around? And then the other thing he would do is if like that didn't work, if him booping you with his nose didn't make you cold and uncomfortable enough or tickle you with his whiskers, you'd be like, okay, stupid, and like he would go down to my feet and just bite into my biggest toe as hard as he could. And it's just like, oh yeah, I'm up now. You did it. Thanks. But he's so cute, I can't be angry. He's just too cute. By the way, endoplasmic reticulum, I like the cat. You got a tuxedo cat on there for your avatar? That's what Deco here is. He's tuxedo cat. All right, let me catch up with everybody. I just want to. Deco must feed. It's true, Jonah. Deco always must feed. You're okay, Kai. There's something we can do to help. I want to help, man. I want to make sure you're like doing okay, man. I worry. I know my other friend, like he pretty much ended up in the same situation. He had PTSD. It made it was weird too. Well, I'm not trying to say it's weird. What was surprising, I should say, to me was that when he first finished the military and got married, and had 2 kids, he was like totally okay at first. And then it wasn't until much later that like the PTSD like hit him really hard. I'm not saying that's weird. It was weird to me from looking from the outside. Like you think like, oh, you've just gone through all that, like you're suddenly going to be really upset about it. But it like gradually set in, and like he's doing a lot better now. But for a while I was really worried about him. Like he was like drinking like way too much, and like just his wife wasn't a great support system. She was actually pretty rotten to him. So that didn't work out. They got divorced. He only gets to see his kids once in a while. And it's like he pretty much gets glances of their life as they're like years and years older, which I feel horrible for him, because I can't imagine. I can't imagine that I'd only get to see my kids like once in a while. It's hard enough that I have to have Kenny in Japan right now. I always miss him. And he finally did remarry again, but and the good thing is he's married to a girl now. I said girl, lady, a woman. She's really good at taking care of him. Like she's really, really like she doesn't always understand what's going on, but she tries to be present and listen, and like if he needs space, she's totally okay. She's not like, why are you trying to push me away or anything like that. She's just like, okay, I understand. And like sometimes he does some pretty wacky stuff. I'm not saying like, I'm not trying to make light or make fun of him having PTSD, but sometimes he does some stuff that's like, you're like, whoa, dude, you need to calm down. And she's really there for him for that. So he's gotten much, much better now. But that's just why I'm like worried about you. You're the stuff you're saying sounds exactly like what my friend. Okay, you're on Discord now? Okay. We're gonna jump in there with you after this stream is over. We'll have a chat and just check what's going on and stuff. But I also think not eat the pig's meat. I think you're right about that, Luna. I know the reason behind it is like stuff that's said in the Bible about like certain things being unclean if they're mixed together, which I guess it's fine if you want to follow that stuff, but most of those suggestions are like literally there for like the old-timey way in which meat was curated, and it was not okay to like mix your milk plate with your meat, because like you would have cross-contamination with things like trichinosis, bacteria, and now we have everything properly cooked. Well, for the most part we do. We have our milk pasteurized, and sorry, my side's itchy there, and it's totally safe now, but they still follow that stuff out of the Bible, which I mean, it's fine, whatever. But I don't know. It's fine. I'm not trying to judge anybody on that. Any hoofed animals? Yeah. It's something like that. Deco seems like the kind of cat. Yeah, they eat beef. I think though, just killed halal style. Okay, I'm using a toaster oven. All right. Oh, Deco. Should I go on a holiday to Cambodia? My favorite Guitar Hero song. You should definitely go on a holiday to Cambodia. but Cambodia. But like, don't forget your wife and your knife. Okay. Actually, speaking of which, I started to talk about this yesterday, and then I suddenly stopped in the middle of the story. There's a Taiwanese live streamer who went to Cambodia, and he pretty much tried to act like Johnny Somali, and now he's like incarcerated in Cambodia prisons for like 14 years or something like that. And it's like miserably hellish, like unsanitary, stuffed in a like sardine can type situation, like hell on earth for him. So I don't know. The F around and find out scale went very quick for him. Deco trying to steal your food reminds me of a restaurant called Raccoons. I once like just that how that story starts already has me laughing. I went once and a raccoon climbed on the table and tried to take your quesadilla. Do they just like live inside of the restaurant, raccoon restaurant? The animal has to be slaughtered in a certain way, so there's halal and non-halal beef, but pork can never be halal. Thank you for explaining that, endoplasmic reticulum. I feel like you're a technical type person who has a lot of technical stuff memorized, especially with that name. Ah, all right. All right, I feel like I'm catching up with chat now. I'm starting to understand everything that's going on at the same time because I finally have like food flowing through my body now. When we first started, like I was like spacing out, like I couldn't follow things. I probably went way too long without eating today. That was probably way too long. Is Poe with you in Florida or in Japan? Poe is still in Japan. I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever be able to bring Poe over. I want to, but I've heard when you bring a pet over from Japan, sometimes they have to be quarantined for like 6 weeks or something like that. So I don't want them to have to do that. I'll bet Deco would get along with Poe really well. I think they'd be friendly with each other. Like Poe would be way too excited, running around all the time, and Deco would be like, "You're crazy. I'm just gonna wait around for food." Oh, Deco-chan. I'm really lucky I found this cat. Deco's like the sweetest guy ever. He's amazing. All right, Deco the boss man. Deco is the boss. He's the food boss. Alejandra C. Lucifer, definitely a creature. He's sassy. Oh, it's the cat of a friend. He takes him around like a dog. In the busy city, his name is Maze. It's got to be Maze, right? Yeah, it's Pepguard. All right, dude. Glad to see you on here tonight, man. Hi Scott. How common is it to abandon a pet in Japan? You're not gonna like this answer. Let's find out. I know what they do. You guys ever heard? Oh, wait, hold on. I got a bunch of messages. This is important. Sorry. This is about, I'll explain it in a bit. Sorry, we had this thing where we had like a contest where a kid designs a card for Christmas, and we entered our school in the middle school one and the elementary school one. but for some reason they took both of our entries and said both of them were elementary school. And so they eliminated one of them because they said you're not allowed to enter two in elementary school, which we didn't do that. We entered one in middle school and one in elementary school. So for some reason now the mall that displays the stuff is only showing one of our cards. Sorry, I got to answer this. It's the principal, so that's why I'm like focused really hard and staring at this to answer it first. Like this is important that I answer. They took our cards, and so the one art teacher, she entered hers for middle school because she's more the middle school teacher, and I did elementary. And for some reason, they didn't show mine. They like haven't entered mine in, and they put her middle school one in the elementary school section. So we're like, what the hell? It's really frustrating because my student worked really hard on this. You remember that giant painting that was in my room? Well, that was entered in for the elementary school contest, but for some reason they took Miss Masks that was entered in for the middle school one, and they put it in. They put it in elementary. I don't know. And then so mine was eliminated because they said, "Oh, you can't enter two times in elementary." So it's like we didn't. Yeah, we didn't do that. Yeah, it's really pissing me off, dude. Okay, sorry, I'm almost done with you guys. I'm sorry for like the downtime. It's really rude. Yeah, our elementary design was created by Esteban, Mr. Howell's class. It was so good, Miss Mask. I am in contact with them, asking what's going on, but there is no direct number, just an email contact. She confirmed she registered only for middle school, so hopefully we can get TC to understand this. Sugokunai, sugoi yo ne. If you say sugokunai, sugoi yo ne, is that good? Okay, like, can you translate that a little better for me? Oh, so when you're doing the negative, that means you're like, it's like you're saying, Desho. Ah, okay. All right. Sorry, guy. I got like a message from my wife and from my principal at the same time, and like both are very important. All right. Sorry about the long pause there. I hate putting a huge downtime in the middle of this. It's the cat of a friend. He walks his cat like a dog. That's actually pretty awesome. I tried to do that with Poe one time, and he was incredibly pissed off. How common is it to? Okay. Sorry, that's what I was doing when I saw. Okay, so I'll just answer this now. It's sad. So in Japan, if you don't want your pet, there's literally a like post office type box you can open up and drop the pet off in, and they immediately put it to sleep and, cremate it. Yeah, it's completely awful. And apparently every year, like a bunch of brand new pets get dropped off there. Like people have it for like 1 year, it gets old and becomes like, you know, a normal sized dog or normal sized cat, and then they just toss it in there because they're done with it because it's not kawaii anymore. And when I hear people do that, I'm like, can you please also drop yourself off in there to be put to sleep and cremated? All right. Okay. Sorry. Okay. God, I was like quiet for way too long. Those Taiwanese dudes got 2 years. Oh, is it 2 years? Okay. Thank you for correcting me, Todd. Oh, 14. I'm thinking of John. Oh, that's because I was saying Johnny Somali. Yeah, Johnny Somali apparently might get 14 to 16 years in South Korean jail. I missed the end. That guy who's like being an idiot in South Korea, they're thinking they're probably going to put him in jail for like 14 to 16 years. You missed the end of what? What did you miss the end of, Kai? We'll repeat the ending for you. Deko Boko. Is Deko named after Deko Boko? No, it's Deko is short for like a decoration. Like if you remember back a long time ago, Japanese people when they had the flip phone, they'd put diamonds and everything all over it. That was called like Deko Denwa. Um, it's kind of like the same idea. Like you've decorated the cat because he has kind of like a zigzag pattern around his belly and his cute. I've always been wondering, where do you always get so much energy because you have a family demanding work and responsibilities and still have time to lead the channel and have hobbies? What drives you? There's times I've gone through periods where like I like I don't know if I get burnt out, but I like sink into like it's mm, life is going really good for me. So it's really easy to have a lot of energy, but when life goes not so good for me, it's hard for me to have a lot of energy. Um, Life is really good for me. And I need to like say that out loud a lot so that I recognize it and never take it for granted. I'm working a job where I'm getting to do what I love, make art. Um, I have a loving family, two wonderful kids, an amazing wife, an awesome cat in both countries. Um, I'm getting paid better than I've ever been in my entire life. It that's what gives me energy. Life is good. I think if I was in like a super bad place, I don't know if I'd be able to keep up the same energy. Um, do you guys remember when I first started my school? I like stopped making videos for 2 years. I kind of was just like a loaf. It was really hard to get energy. I was like super depressed. Um, yeah, I didn't have a house either. Yeah. I mean, I did have a house, but it wasn't my house. It was my house, but I don't know. I feel like the hardest thing right now is that I have to be far away from my wife and my oldest son. And if I think about that too much, I'll start to like get too dark up here and I can't. I got to think about that I'm creating, a place for them when they come to America. And this is kind of a base of operations for them. And then one day my wife's going to move out here and I want to make this place as awesome as possible for her. Hence, I'm always doing like home improvement stuff. One of the biggest things I'm working on right now is I'm going to turn our shed into a workshop for her to do kintsugi, which is like, using gold to fix plates. And I don't know, I'm really happy I can do all this stuff. Like, I go to work, I make art, for kids and other teachers who like tell me they're thankful for it. Um, that's good. That's really good. I mean, like I feel the most useful I've ever felt in my life. Um, my son's healthy. He's good. He's doing good in school. He's a smart boy. I'm healthy. I'm probably like in the best shape I've been in my 40s right now. So that's good. I'm happy about that. I got a giant, fat, fluffy Neko in my lap being pet. So that's really good now. That's probably why I have a lot of energy, is because things are just going really good for me. Um, oh, yeah. That's a good point too, Maki. And right now I have 9 days off, so I'm very happy, and being this happy does give me a lot of energy. I don't know, like, well, also one thing, I don't know how much I express it, but like this is like super fun, like to hang out with you guys. Like this is like really, I really look forward to this every weekend. Like, um, this is really fun. Like this is just really enjoyable. I feel like I'm talking to like old friends. You guys have been with the channel for like 15 plus years, some of you. You guys know a lot about me and my life and Japan. So I can talk to a bunch of people who share the same interests and stuff. And I get to hang out here with my son at the same time. I don't know, it's just good. Things are good. Um, but that's also why I need to take the time to like, if I see other people down or not in a great place, this is the time you really need to be there for people like that, because um, you're at your strongest level of support you can be at. I'm not saying I can solve the problems for anybody or like, have actual answers for like extreme problems, but most people, one of the biggest things is like a shoulder to cry on or an ear that'll listen. So the channel's also able to do that too. That's like really, that's a bunch of good stuff in one place, and I come here and it's all there. And you guys are here and it's like super fun. I love this, is like really fun. Um, I don't know why I didn't stream. Well, I don't. I guess in Japan it was way harder, mostly because just your house is. My nose is like itching like crazy now because I got a big fluff ball putting hair all over everything. Um, I think I didn't stream in Japan very much because it was hard to get enough space to be able to do that. My house is much smaller there. My house isn't gigantic here, but it feels massive compared to our place in Japan. Um,
Yeah, like everybody, like when you go to Japan, like everything looks like so small.
yeah, doesn't it?
And I come back to Japan.
And you're like, oh my. Yeah, 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 yeah. You're so right. That's so true. Yeah, that is such a weird thing. So, yeah, it feels so tiny. That's the crazy thing. Like, yeah, I hadn't been back to America in 15 years. I'd kind of like lost sight of a lot of the stuff in America as far as like what do I imagine things are. Like, I knew America had like a little bit bigger houses and stuff like that, but Maki just made like the best point ever. We both felt like this as soon as we got back there. Um, just everything feels so tiny there and so like closely compacted together. Like, just I know it sounds like a small tiny thing, but like our dining room table, like we have, two dining room tables in here, and they look like they're just at normal height. But when we get to the one back in Japan, we couldn't believe how tiny it was compared to our dining room tables here. Like it just, even the height of it, like I think it's like lower than my waist when I stand up. And we're just like, why is everything so tiny? Like we forgot how tiny our place was. And we'd only been gone for like, what, a year, right? So I don't know. That's just so wild. The contrast that it suddenly makes to your mind when you go back between the two countries after you've lived in one for so long. I don't know. I guess Luna, it's possible to have energy just like this. It's just you got to fill your life up with good people, good things, and um, I think I think feeling like really useful, like you've really like found your place in a lot of areas of your life. And I'm not saying like maybe you've not found the place. it took me forever, dude. It took me forever to find my place in life, like to find like what me being implemented and utilized properly feels and looks like. Slowly I got there, and now I feel like I'm really there. And I think that's why I can be so motivated and energetic, is because I'm the perfect part to fit this function. I'm not saying I'm perfect in any way. I'm just saying like the way I operate is perfect for this. So like doing art at school, like I love art. Art does not feel like work to me. Like I made that whole village and I worked like at a feverish pace, but there was never a time where I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sick of this stupid village." I loved it. I loved every second of making that. You know, I'm teaching a class, I get them started on their project, then I'm at the back of the room and I've got a whole little workshop area set up where I'm putting that stuff together while answering questions for anything they're having on the project. And it's fun. I'm watching a bunch of kids do an art assignment that I created from my head while I do my own art assignment for myself that's eventually going to be used for the school. That's just so fun. It's all so fun. Um, and that's easy to have a lot of energy for that. I don't know. It's crazy. A family of raccoons lives next to the restaurant. The raccoons come inside because some people will feed them. Is that safe? Like nobody could get like rabies or like I don't know. I feel like so, is that like legally okay? Interesting. Are Shiba dogs common in Japan? You notice the difference between American Shibas? Yeah, they're pretty common. Wouldn't you say Shiba's pretty common dog in Japan? Yeah, I would say probably every night we'd go out walking, we'd see 2 to 3 people walking a Shiba for sure. Are they different than the American ones? Sorry, Shiba Ken. You're right. Um, are they different from you know what? I haven't seen one in America before. I've never seen anybody walking around with one in America. Oh, no, you're totally right. They do. But they were asking me like, is there any difference between them? Um, I don't know. Yeah, I haven't seen. Maybe there's like a bigger breed they might get out here. I don't know. I'll keep working. Insomnia is no joke. Dude, I hear you on insomnia, bro. My name's unrested. You can talk to me anytime about insomnia. I can tell you some of the stuff I do to try and get sleep properly, but um I do struggle still. Um Commentary, it was collective commentary. It was wild, silly, and a little scary. I just doxed myself. Don't worry, we'll delete this part of the stream. Um I know we're already live. This is both cute and crazy. I love raccoons. Raccoons are super cute. Yeah, garbage pandas, right? That's what they call them, garbage panda. Yeah, raccoons have like a lot of personality. I wish they were like more common as an actual pet because I feel like they would make great pets, but there's got to be like some reason why people don't do that. All right, it's pretty late. I wish you all a good night. Endo, thank you for joining. Please join again soon. It was fun to have you around. Non-winner, I haven't seen you around in a while. Hey, by the way, what's up? Oyasumi Endo. Oh, Smile Kita came too. Oh my gosh, I'm missing so much. I'm going too slow. Okay. And Eric's here too. Throstavius, what's up, dude? All right, wow. The whole crew's back again. Oh, that's right. Alejandro, are you fully moved in now? You got everything set up? You okay? I'm so happy for you that your family is coming out for you. Yeah, thank you, Smile Kitaya. I'm so happy. So this is great. Like the final fixes on my house with the carport, and there's like a back part of my lanai that needs to be fixed. It's all going to be done on December 16th. So everything will be perfect for when my wife comes. I'm really happy. I just finished epoxying the entire driveway. It looks like a brand new driveway. I've painted the entire lanai floor. I've painted the entire entertainment system that holds everything. It was kind of an ugly wood color before, but I'm really shocked at how well this worked out. I painted it all black, right? But there's a lot of black and silver in this room. You can kind of see it behind me. And so I was like, all right, it can't be totally black. So I thought of this idea of like, there's this like square shape on the doors. So I taped down the exact same square shape, and then I held a silver spray paint can kind of far away from it and did it, and it came out like really good. So I'm like really happy with painting all my own stuff. In the other room, there was like a big ugly desk there that was like this super old ugly wood desk. I took that, I painted it white to match the same white of the wall, so it looks like it's part of the wall as a white desk. And then on, you can actually kind of see it, that white chair right out here, trying to point. Yeah, my thumb's pointing to. That's actually a really ugly chair. It was like this kind of off white because of like just being old. It kind of turned like yellow, and it had pictures of like coral and green starfish and like pink seaweed stuff all over it. And it was ugly. They're ugly as hell, but they're really nice lazy boys. Like they have like an actual electric switch on the side, so you don't even have to like pull that thing to make it come out. You just press this thing and it's like boo, boo, boo. And so I didn't want to throw them away. They came with the house, right? So I got like coverings that cover them that like I was so happy it fit perfectly. It looks so much better now. Actually, if I turn on the lights there, it's even better. Hold on. I'm gonna turn on the lights. It looks so good when the lights go. Ah, 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 it looks so good. Ah, almost tripped over my juice. It looks pretty good. Kind of cool here. And then you can kind of see out there now. But I've repainted that entire floor. You probably can't hear me because I don't have my headphones on. Yeah. So, like, the most amazing thing about owning your own house and America, like, we can't change the outside of our place in Japan. It's part of a condo, right? So you're not allowed to change anything on the outside. But with a house, when you own a house in America, you just change like everything. Um, and I just feel like I have this giant piece of artwork that I can constantly work on to perfect it and customize it to exactly how I want. And my wife's totally okay with it. Like she doesn't mind because she's pretty cool with my style. She likes my style and stuff like that. We actually share a lot of the same colors that we like and everything. It was crazy the first time we refurbished, like we bought the condo together, and then um, you sit down with the refurbisher and they bring out this giant book. This is how they do refurbishing in Japan. I don't think I've ever refurbished something like hired a full interior refurbisher in America, but this is how it works in Japan. Hold on, let me tilt this down a little better. And they bring out this book that has all these different materials, like your floor will be this material and you can choose the color. Your walls will be this material and you can choose the color. We were shocked at like every time they would turn a page and they'd be like, you need to choose a color here. I'd be like, I don't know what you're thinking, but this is the one I'd really like to choose. And she's like, I was just about to choose the same thing. And like every single thing we went through, like we constantly matched on the same color. You were thinking that too? That's exactly what I was gonna say. It was crazy. Like so the great thing about her and I is like we have a lot of the same likes as far as color is concerned. One thing that she always says really distinguishes her as a Japanese woman is she hates pink and she hates like a bunch of stuffed toy animals around everywhere. She's like, I hate cutie cutesy stuff. Like I don't ever want my place to look like, I'm a 14-year-old high school girl who loves, Hello Kitty, which if you are that, first of all, what are you doing watching my channel? Get off. No, it's okay. But no, like if you like that kind of style, the really cutesy pink stuff, it's totally okay. But it's just not my wife. My wife just is not that. Like she doesn't want to be known for that. She doesn't want to, she's not like um, she's definitely not your typical, I want to be super kawaii Japanese girl, right? She's really her own person. I think that's why she more is accustomed to like the Western lifestyle as far as us being like a little more outspoken, kind of finding like our own individuality. Whereas in Japan, you more so fall in line. But because she is that way, like a lot of our styles match up and everything like that. You seem like a good person. I hope life keeps going good for you. It won't always go good for me. Um, it'll always be ups and downs. Like even now, I'm facing a problem where we've had a loss of quite a few people at work. Like they're not there, so I think work's going to get a lot harder for me pretty soon. So I'm worried about that. But I can't ask for much more in life than what I have right now. What I have right now is like more than ample. And I feel really lucky. And now when I'm at my best mood and I can share that, I want to lift others up with me. As far as being a good person, I feel like I, I want to be a good person. I think we all do. But I think it takes us a while to learn how to be a good person. Um, it's taken me a long time to really have to reflect. To be a good person, you really have to stare in upon yourself and look at all the worst person aspects of yourself and confront them and be honest with yourself and be like, this is a really bad part of you. You need to work on this. Um, it's also taken me, like I have a psychiatrist and everything like that. I try to work on myself. Um, I am actually on ADHD medication for the first time in my life too. I think that's probably helping me out quite a bit. I don't have so many like ups and downs. I don't have so many moments where I'm losing track of stuff. One thing I used to do that used to really piss off a lot of people is someone would tell me something they needed or give me an assignment or give me directions to do something. And I'd be like, yeah, of course I'll do that. And in my mind, I really did want to do it. And then I would just like start doing my next thing that I'm going to do and completely forget anything they had just told me until, a deadline showed up and they'd be like, so where's that thing I asked for? And you're just like, oh my God. Or like there'd be times people would tell me stuff and I'd be like, yeah, I got it. And then like later they'd be like, where is that? And I'd be like, what are you talking about? And they'd be like, I told you about this thing. And I'd be like, I don't, I don't remember that. They'll be like, well, when I told you, you said, yeah, I got it. How could you suddenly now not remember? And I don't know what it would be. Like there's just something really bad about ADHD with me where I just, and this would be very inconsiderate. Like people would be like, this guy's like really inconsiderate and stuff like this. So that's something I've had to work on. They're just, I don't know. There's things you always got to work on. Wait. What happened with Restavius? The main thing I'd like to work on as far as being a good person is concerned is I want to see and use this community as a way for people to come together. Because one of the scariest things I saw about America when I got back here is people are too divided right now. Divided, hanbun, and like they itsumo kenka suru. Yeah, right. So it's like they used to like here's America. They used to always be like, oh, even though you believe different things, it's okay. But when I came back, I felt like they had split into two groups and were just like, you suck, no, you suck. Our ideas are the right ideas. No, our ideas are the right ideas. No, you suck. So things are good for me. And if I could, I'd like to use this community, this media, this form of communication as far as YouTube streaming, everything is concerned, to see stronger communities form. I'd also like to use it as like a way to like lift up other people trying to do anything as far as multimedia endeavors are concerned. So like promote other artists, promote other communities that are within the same idea of promoting community-based work or coming together. That's something we need to promote more. Like now that the election is done and everything's over, I really hope people can get focused on like, now how can we all get back together? Like how can we all put down these differences for a bit and start to like come closer together instead of like constantly taking these like, we're this team, no, we're this team and everything like that. I want us all to kind of relax now and, hug it out. Very idealistic, I know. Let me get back down to it. Let me catch up with chat here. Sorry, I go off on these tangents. What was on my face? Big cat hair. Okay. Sorry, I went way too far up. All right, have I missed anybody showing up so far? All right, we got the link up again. Thank you. Pickles. Who's eating pickles? Alejandro eating pickles? Ikram, what's up, bud? How you doing tonight? Are you okay? Were you all right last night? I know you were you were a few sheets to the wind with us, but you seemed like you were having a pretty good night, it seemed like. Not too much of a hangover today, I hope. I hope you're feeling okay. Make sure you hydrate. I'm loving this new AMA format. I'll have to jump in Discord one of these days too soon. I'm glad you said your life is going great. Good moods are contagious. Yeah, I mean, one of the main reasons my life was able to rebound from the hurricane situation so well, though, was because of this community. You know what I mean? Like this community, like they literally emotionally and financially supported me more than anything else that's actually supposed to help. Like for example, FEMA or insurance or anything like that. Like none of that stuff took care of me as well as you guys did. So if anything, that's made me feel even closer drawn to this community. Like I feel like this is like a good community, but also just kind of a good relationship. You know what I mean? Like it's a positive thing. It's positive people. It's people looking for positivity. And I feel like that's something that needs to be spread more. It's something I need to work on with people, and hopefully other people are able to work on that with other people. And there's more communities forming that are closer together and able to see past their differences and everything like that. But Ikram, sometimes that kind of stuff happens. Whatever. Sounds like you're not too bad. You were okay as far as like drinking water and everything, though, right? Like everything was fine on the stream. Nothing crazy happened. We did have like at the very end, a guy asked about like, well, if you want to see the very end there, I clipped it. A guy named Sid came on, cool dude, asked about like, what he should do with like, he was kind of feeling a bit down as far as like, he felt like the world was going in a bad way. And he was just kind of like, what can I do to like help the world? And the community helped me say this too. It wasn't just me. It was like we all kind of said like, don't overwhelm yourself with like making massive changes in the world. Try to just work with yourself by doing the small things a single human can do, which is just saying thank you, saying sorry, but also understanding why you're saying thank you and why you're saying sorry. So like explaining it, like making sure when you do say thank you to someone, you tell them why you're thankful for them or why you're thankful for what they've done. And if you are sorry, if you do make a mistake or you do, something that could upset somebody, don't just say sorry, explain why you are sorry and stuff like that. And that those are the good things we can do in this world for the people around us. Small steps, baby steps that slowly change the prerogative point of view and feeling and emotions of people around us that hopefully in a positive way allow them to take notice of that and pay it forward by spreading the same feeling to the next person. Small steps in positivity. I understand when people do see a lot of suffering. I mean, the news is just like Suffer Vision 5000. Oh, there we go. Speaking of which, we got to get the DecoCam 9000 on. He's up there now. It just sounds silly. Look at that Deco. Look at that chunky chunk. He's so chunky in this pic. Oh, my big beautiful baby. Oh my gosh. Look how big. He big. He a big boy. Hold on. There we go. Oh, that's a big baby boy. Wow, wow. Oh man, he's such a thickie. All right. No, but Ikram, you're fine, man. You brought a lot of positivity last night. I'm not saying please get drunk to bring positivity every time, but like you're in a good mood, a little bit contagious. Everybody was pretty happy. I was just the only thing I was like, I hope he's hydrated well enough. Got to keep him hydrated. Live streamers like you are something I kind of use as accountability to keep me at the drawing desk. That's good, dude. I always try to find people like that too, where like I can keep listening to them to stay focused on something that I'm doing and things like that, so that I don't. Sorry, I got a burp fest 5000 over here. I can stay focused on something that I'm doing where it doesn't. When I say focused, I mean I'm able to keep sitting there doing the thing that I'm trying to do, or standing up and doing it. Most times it's cleaning. And I don't complain about being bored because I've got that going in my ear at the same time that I'm getting sort of sometimes I don't want to say completely mindless work. When you and I are doing art, Tim, I don't think you would say like this is mindless work. There is our mind activated and going actually kind of like hyper activated and focus. But if we don't have something playing in the background, keeping us entertained in the background, then we might start to like look around and focus on, oh, I got to go get this from this room. Oh, I need a snack. I go grab that. And I know what you mean, Tim. Yeah, it's so weird. Isn't that weird though? It's like we need our brain to turn off, so we turn something on to fill that space in our brain. And we need to stay focused and really use our mind, but we also don't really need to use our mind because art is kind of like breathing for us. Like we just do it. I don't know. The creative process is strange and mysterious, just like the human mind. Raccoon City Outbreak. Dude, that's what the restaurant's name should be. Raccoon City Outbreak. Or just like Raccoon Outbreak. Or maybe what was it? Everything Everywhere All at Once. That lady thought the cartoon was called Rakakuni. Have you guys seen that movie where she doesn't know it's like a rat? She doesn't know it's like Ratatouille. And she's like, what is the movie Rakakuni? This was a very insightful answer. Thank you, Scott. Oh, well, I'm glad you liked the answer. I always, sometimes I just like go off on a tangent and rattle on for a long time. And then I'm like, have I made any kind of point for what the person has asked? There's not much to set up in the new place, but I'm comfy. Comfy is what matters most. I'm glad you're comfy. I'm glad you're enjoying your new place. You should get a lava lamp. What did you say? I was thinking of getting disco lights. No, okay. if you don't get disco lights or you don't get a lava lamp, you should get like one of those star map things that like rotate around. Those are really helpful for like sleeping. I don't know, maybe for just me, whatever. Anyway, isn't it fun to customize a place, Alejandro? Like when you move into a new place and you get to like slowly customize it to exactly your liking. Oh, what, you're coming up here again? Oh, the big baby boy coming up here again. Oh, Daddy, I really miss snacks. I mean you, Daddy. Not snacks, just you. I know, sweet Deco-chan. Um, you like a small, cozy place? Yeah, there's certain areas where like I do. Yeah, I'd rather it be small and cozy. Like a bedroom, you feel like you don't want it like too vastly large and like open and sterile. Um, I think like a YouTube room type thing too for like what my YouTube room is like. I don't want that to be too massively gigantic. I say YouTube room, but really it's like art studio slash YouTube room. Um, Big houses creep me out. Uh-oh. I'm gonna be super scared. Now, my place is actually, it's only 1,500 square foot, so it's not super massive. There's some areas I like to have kind of a wide open space. Like in my living room, I like that. But I think that's also because with a family of four, once it gets filled up, it doesn't feel so small anymore. It feels pretty comfy. You and your wife are synced up. Yeah. I mean, we've been together for so long now. We're pretty synced up, I'd say for sure. Ikram being so hammered you don't know what you were doing is a vibe. But he was doing good. Ikram was like, I mean, he was an upbeat, like adding to the stream, saying some funny stuff. Can we please meet your wife one day? Like if you had a video together, I'll ask her. I tell you what, I'll at least ask her. I don't know how open to the idea she'll be. It's not just my wife, just to make it clear. Like Japanese in general are not big fans of putting themselves out there. Um, I think like in America, we don't get so worried or self-conscious, but I think the Japanese in general, well, like they really worry a lot about privacy. Like they're always like, but then they'll know what my face looks like, or then they'll know. And it's like, I don't think people be that upset or that worried or seek you out. I think also I don't know if my wife fully understands because I don't really bother her with my channel at all. She's actually very supportive of it. She really likes that I do it. Actually, the 2 years when I didn't do it for a while because I was like really just kind of burnt out and depressed and my business wasn't going well. Um, she was actually one of the people who got me to start doing it again. She was like, "Why don't you do it anymore? Why don't you make videos and anything?" And I'm just like, I'm not. I told her, I said, I think I'm done with the channel. Like I said, I think I'm done. I don't think there's a point to be making videos anymore. And she's like, Are you sure? You sure there's not a point? I think there's more you could talk about and stuff. So her and another friend, Dan Lee, who you've seen come on here before, um, he gave me a talk too where I said, what's the point? There's so many channels way better than mine. They have better production. They know more about Japan. I was kind of down on myself at the time. Let's be honest. I was like, cooking myself. And he's like, he stopped me and was like, dude, people aren't watching you for your great production. People aren't watching you for, you know, um, your, how much knowledge or anything. He's like, they're watching you for you. And also they're watching you because you have Scott's perspective on Japan. And he's like, no other channel will ever have that. And I was like, oh, I never really thought about it that way. He's like, yeah, you still talk about Japan different from everybody else. Like he's like, so that's still someone wants to see one more perspective. They've got yours, and that's what you offer. He's like, you've got the unrested way of talking about Japan. And I was like, I never thought about that like that. I just thought, oh, I'm like a crappier version of these way nicer channels with better production. Instead, he's saying, no, you're your own version. Now shut up and make videos. But no, anyway, his talk actually, like him and my wife were the two people who were kind of like, you should still do it. Like, I think you've still got more to do. Um, so thank you to both of them. When you see Dan Lee come back on here, he jumps on once in a while. Say thank you to him. That's why we still have Unrested to this day. I Stoy. I decided to try this weird alcoholic sugarcane drink for the first time tonight. It's fucking gross. Man, doesn't that suck? Doesn't that suck when you like you see something and you're like, damn, that's crazy. I can't believe they have that. Dude, maybe it tastes amazing. I'll have to try it. And then you finally try and you're like, oh god damn, what the hell is this? That's the most disappointing thing ever. In South Park, Mark Zuckerberg voice, my life loves my unbeatable style. When I was human, like Mark Zuckerberg. That should be like what his biography is called, When I Was Human. Um, that one time where he was making that speech where he's like, when I was human, I mean, I'm still human. You're like, oh boy. Yeah, he accidentally actually said that. Like people always say he's like an alien or a robot because of how he acts. Um, Bro was a wild one. Funnily enough, I was halfway down a bottle of rum, so a sugarcane based beverage. That's right. I remember you talking about the rum and everything. You were doing okay though, Ikram. Like, I mean, you said you were drunk, but like honestly, you were just kind of like seemed like good mood kind of Ikram. But I'm not promoting you drink every night, Ikram. Please take care of yourself. We love you. We want you to stay hydrated, and healthy, and be with us for as long as possible, Ikram. The same is happening in Europe, sadly. The people being divided by ideas. Ugh. Luna, I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. That's something I really worry about the world today. Um, just seeing the internet getting used to do that, to divide people more and more and more. It's like we have this wonderful new technology that's been around for quite a while now, and instead of bringing people together, which it kind of does sometimes, Deco-chan, here, you can eat the pickle. Yep, you don't want to. What? Hmm? You don't like pickle? Hmm? Deco-chan. You don't like pickles? I don't think you would. I think it'd be tasting pretty nasty to a cat. Man, see, that's the thing I see. I hate seeing the internet being used to divide people. There's so many things we could do with the internet to like bring people closer together. We need to activate more communities that are all about bringing people together rather than dividing people over some belief you think you are like a part of or a movement for or a team member of. Guys, we're all team members of the human race. Let's get that through our heads. No, I don't want to be such a idealistic dolt that I say something like that, but I just feel like, man, why don't we enjoy the things we have in common rather than search out things that divide us, right? Looks like I'm in for a wild night. What you're saying is the exact opposite of what the media wants. Rage and fear drives clicks and views. Yeah, you're totally right. You're completely right, Eric. I mean, Josh. Sorry. Josh, you're totally right. Um, and that's sad. The scariest thing about that is like people sometimes watch that stuff and I watch them do this thing where they'll watch something on Fox News or they'll watch something on CNN or MSNBC and they'll try to memorize it verbatim and then bring it up in a talking point to like start some kind of like rage or infighting or you know provocation. And you're like, are you literally watching this to find cues in which you can provoke your fellow man? That's scary and sad all at the same time. Why? Like what are you out to prove? I have heard this theory that the people who do that, the people who find, you know, red or blue, whatever you are, I don't care, Republican, conservative, that they latch onto these things and they make it like something that they really fight for because they have no real ethos to themselves. Like there is no disposition within that human that they have like nothing interesting about themselves or nothing that makes them who they are. And hence they latch onto one of these things and that becomes who they are. I don't think that's true. I think everybody has an interesting person inside of there. Um, I think sometimes people are scared to share that, and instead they embed something on top of it to allow that to pretend to be their personality. Um, I've also heard, and you guys, please, your insight on this. I'm not saying this is exactly right. Unrested has all the answers. I want to hear your feedback on this. I've heard that now that religion is pretty much dead, and let's be honest, it's more or less very dead compared to how it was when it was like the 1980s or earlier. I know there's still like devout Christians and like whatever religion you guys are is fine and stuff like that. I have my own religious beliefs and everything, but that because that doesn't exist and give people a straight and narrow to walk, um, now the new religion is politics, and hence they. What is going on with you? What? Hmm? You don't. And now that's what they're like crusaders of. But again, I don't know how true that is either because while there was proselytization of religions in the past, of course there was Christians who came up to me and be like, "Do you know where you're going to go when you die? No. Have you ever felt the love of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? Can I talk to you about this Bible?" Stuff like that. That kind of thing did exist. Of course, there were people who did that, and like maybe you even could say it was their personality, but it was never a fight. You know what I mean? Like people were Christians, mostly Judeo-Christian followings in America, but no one fought like they were a team, you know? There were religions that thought other religions were like, not the right one, or maybe even some blasphemous. Um, but it didn't become like a personality of who they were or become a use of provocation, right? That's what I worry about with politics. Like if people are letting that replace their personality or they are letting it replace their religion, then sometimes how far they're willing to go is like very scary, you know? I hate seeing this stuff on both sides where they're like, you know, "A Trump 2024, make liberals cry again." But also I hate when I see stuff where like, um, you know, someone like when who was it, Jack Black, and who's his other guy he's with? Um, when President Trump was almost shot and he was like, "Next time don't miss." It's screwed up on both sides. Why are we wishing death? Why are we wishing suffering and pain on our fellow man? We're all humans. Like if you ever want to convince somebody or get somebody to join your side, you don't do it through provocation. Why does nobody understand this anymore? You know, I don't I don't get it. You'll want to join after I show you how dumb you are. What in what way does that kind of argument work? Whatever happened to like just getting people to enjoy who you were, the company you bring, an exchange of ideas, and then letting it be, right? You don't need to always change somebody's mind. What are you doing? You're so cute. I love your big old white face sticking up. Your big old soft underbelly. What? Okay, hold on. I got a cat on my lap. All right, hold on. I'm gonna get this guy some snacks here, and my son wants to show me something um on his game. So just give me a second here, okay, guys? Ah, I almost knocked my pickles over. All right, come on. I love you, big baby. All right, hold on. I'll be right with you. Whoa. Whoa. What the heck? What is all this?
I can close this.
Did you make this?
Yeah.
What? You made this?
Amazing. Okay. It looks like this.
Yeah, this thing is cool, like very futuristic looking. Very cool. You really made all this.
Yeah.
It looks incredible, dude. The inside looks like a spaceship almost. All right, silly boy, let's go get you some yum yums.
That's really unsteady.
You don't need to jump up here. I'll get it. Okay. Fine, jump up here. Oh. All right. I don't know. I just don't understand like why people are so out to provoke these days. It feels like everything's done to provoke. You know, people make a video game to provoke, people disagree with a video game to provoke. I don't get it. Everyone wants to engage in a way that creates fighting. Creating a safe space for freedom of thought, in a sense, is a really good and respectable thing. Haven't seen any other creator being concerned about it. Respect, honest. Yeah, why is that? I mean, I get, you know what? Let's go back to a comment that was just made. Scott, what you're saying is the exact opposite of what media wants. Rage and fear drives clicks and views. Josh has got it right there. That's why a lot of creators haven't done that, because they want the clicks and the views, which, dude, I get it. I make videos to get views. We all do. But I'm not willing to sacrifice morals, humanity, friends, family. I don't want to like sever connections to the community and communication I have with people just to push my point down someone's throat. I can't. I don't understand that. I don't want to do that. I can't do that. That's just not who I am. I don't know. I don't want to sound like I'm some sort of righteous fool, but yeah, it's kind of strange to see political stuff in Europe. Yeah, I've heard some of it. I've heard some of it from Germany. We actually have like German friends who live next to us in Sarasota, next to my parents out there. And, you know, to listen to them talk sometimes about immigrants and stuff, it's kind of like, whoa. You know, I thought we were a little aggressive here in America with some of the ways we talk about immigrants, but whoa. And I've heard stuff, yeah, from other like Eastern European countries and stuff like that too, which I get it. You know, part of me gets it. You know, I see it in Japan too, where they'll never let people immigrate. You know what I mean? Like that's why it's, you know, still like 99.9% Japanese out there. Slayer Duck, I'm very like not. You're you're never gonna find this be some sort of like woke like, guys, we need more diversity in chat. All right. Also, you know, I'm not about to be Tosh from Veilguard over here. All right. Yeah, don't worry, Slayer Duck, stay around, and yeah, you've been to a couple streams already, so you kind of know, but like stay around, you'll see like I'm not like I'm open-minded to whatever people, you know, I'm an art student, right? So like I had gay, trans, queer friends, you know, LGBTQ plus, but I don't want to see that. I feel like the best way to normalize, like they want to, you know, those just like straight people, gays, queer, all that, they want to be treated the same way. They want to be treated normal. Well, I feel like the best way to do that is to just be normal about it, not shove it down anybody's throat, right? Like, so like with Veilguard, with Dragon Age Veilguard, like that's the worst way. Like, don't ever lecture people about something you want to see better integrated into their life. Allow them to pick up on metaphors, cues, suggestions, lightly sprinkled in ideas. Like, do you guys watch Star Trek The Next Generation? That was the #1 show for how you communicate an idea without smashing someone over the head with it. There was all kinds of LGBTQT plus religious race, creed, code, discussions, arguments, viewpoints, philosophy pushed through that show that wasn't smashing you in the face with it. All right. There were some really beautiful points. When Riker goes to the planet where there's a race that has no gender, they've never chosen a gender. And for the first time ever, one of their race chooses to be female. She says, I identify as female. And she falls in love with Riker. And her race gets so angry at her for doing that, they kidnap her back from Riker and brainwash her back to being non-gender, like no gender at all, non-binary. What an incredible, like watch that episode and you'll be like, this is an incredible way to get across, like, hey, let people be who they want to be, but also don't try to force brainwashing on them by making your point. Like, don't shove it down their throat to the point that you feel like you're almost brainwashing people into it. Like, and it gets across a bunch of different ideas, like someone choosing a different gender than what they want to be, people being non-binary, people who may look female, feel like they were born into the wrong body and they want to be male. Like that, every single idea you could ever imagine is in that episode for LGBTQT plus all that stuff. But it wasn't like you're not punched in the face with it with like, so I'm non-binary. I want to be referred to as they, them. Like, she didn't come into the room and say that like Tosh in Dragon Age Veilguard. They expressed how this race was unique in its own way. They expressed that there was a character in there who, for the first time, was identifying as female when they were a non-binary race. Then they showed how they were ostracized and hated due to the fact that they chose to do this. They showed that the love that Riker and her had was very pure, and like this was a very joyous moment for her. And then they also showed how torturous it was for that character to be kidnapped and forced to go back to the way she was as non-binary within her race because they weren't open-minded enough to see her as being someone who could choose their own gender mentally. What an incredibly well done series that got into religion, it got into bigotry, it got into racism, it got into so many points. And the way they delivered the story wasn't like, hey, there's people who aren't like you. You need to respect them. And let me tell you this whole lecture about it too. That's woke BS, right? That's garbage right there. I don't want to hear about how straight people, we need to accept straight people. I don't want to hear about, how I need to like follow Christianity or anything like that. I want to be proselytized to that. And the same thing goes for whatever your beliefs or everything are, right? I don't want any of that crammed down my throat. I don't want to people talking to me about like, you must understand there's gay and queer people and you need to love them just as much as you love straight people. I do. Relax. I've never even thought about thinking about them differently than I think about straight people. They're just people to me. They're just humans, just like I'm human, right? And I think that's a big problem left-wing media is having right now, is they don't realize that for the most part, people don't care anymore. They accept it. They're okay with it. All right. There's some, of course, idiots out there who like it drives them absolutely nuts and they can't get over the idea that someone could possibly be LGBTQT plus whatever. Okay. Yeah, there's still some, but guess what? There's also crazy left-wingers out there who still can't believe that there would still be people who are religious and conservative and believe in God and stuff like that. It's like both of those extremes need to die out. I'm not saying that people need to physically die. I'm saying the thought, the belief, the provocation, the hate, the anger, those need to die out. And we need to just realize that accepting the other side without having to be lectured to about the other side is the best way to handle all of that. I mean, for the most part, I have conservative friends. Like, I have far right friends. They don't really care about, like, they're not like, keep that gay stuff out of my life. They're just like, oh, okay, that dude's gay. Like, they don't really care. Like, they're just kind of like, okay, whatever. I mean, I didn't even know that person was gay, but whatever. Like, who cares? Right? Like, I didn't even know that person was trans, but okay, cool, whatever. My friend Dan and I were talking about it the other day. Dan's very far right. I'm very kind of more left. And we found out the other day one of our friends is like recently changed gender. And I let him know I was having a conversation, and I was like, just so you know, when we're talking now, it's her instead of him. And he was like, oh, okay. Like, he was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, most of us just, normal, common people who socialize and have life outside of Twitter, all right, who step outside and touch grass every day, we understand, we accept, we're okay with it, whether we're left leaning or right leaning. Be whoever you want to be, worship whatever you want to worship, identify however you want to identify. Just don't proselytize it to me. Don't cram it down my throat. And both sides have people on their side that kind of try to do that thing. That's where like a lot of the biggest, most extremist hate. And I feel like sometimes those voices are the loudest ones that screw it up for all the rest of the people who are just kind of like, dude, I'm cool with whatever. I just want to be treated good. Golden rule type stuff. I don't know. All right, sorry, let me get back in here. It's a mess, to be honest. Yes, I agreed, Luna. I think if you're going to be really hard, I think if going to be really hard for us to come together when division and divisiveness, sorry, it's just me not being able to pronounce, was a big part of marketing on both sides. Yes, exactly, Tim. You're right. It was a big part. It was like, did you know Trump wants to kill everyone who's not a white man? Like, and then like, on Trump's side, it was like, did you know Kamala Harris only cares about black women? And it's like, that's not true about either side, but you idiots are marketing it that way in the most extreme, provocative way possible, further dividing America. I don't know. I hate it. I hate it. Why, God, why? I don't know. It's because Earth is a prison planet. Aliens, you live in utopia. They've put us all here because we're the descendants of criminals. And that's why the human alien race is forced to live on the prison planet of Earth. And we're constantly being tortured and punished here. I wasn't supposed to break it to you guys, but the warden's out on holiday right now. And I got to let you know, you're stuck in a prison planet. And that's why we're being punished like this. And that's why a lot of us act like criminals, because we are criminals. We're the descendants of criminals. And the other aliens who live in utopia, they've stuck us here forever. We're excommunicated from the true utopian world, where everybody just gets along. They don't care about all this dumb shit that we argue about. And since we haven't gotten over it, we're still stuck on the prison planet Earth. Real Earth, true utopia Earth, it's out there. And we just need to do our time until we've served our sentence out here, even though it's the sins of our fathers and not us. Prison planet Earth. JK. Tee. Where'd my thick boy go? Oh, no. Woke stuff you are talking about is part of the problem. It's more like an ideology. Ideologies in general are very dangerous. It's an ideology, and an extremist form of ideology is what's really dangerous. Is that the forms of these different ideas that are being shouted the loudest on multimedia, internet, communication, whatever you want to call it, is the most extremist ideas from both sides. And that's creating a lot of hate, a lot of discontent, and a lot of provocation that is continuing to edge on America into this whole hateful rhetoric that we need to get out of it. We're in a loop. Today didn't start off bad. Had breakfast, went to football, but was dying after like 30 minutes. Yeah, I can understand that. Felt like I was going to throw up 10 times. You should have just thrown up. Ended up scoring 3 goals. Nice, Ikram. Deco Chonk. I worked my ass off to get established in Japan in the late 90s. I assimilated to Japan, not the other way around. Yeah. There you go, Daddy Tube. You did it right. You did it right. I always try to reiterate that. I hope I get that message across when I make videos, that don't come to Japan complaining about how in America they do this. In America, it would be done this way. It's not America. Stop. Shut up. And then don't ask them to change it for you. Yeah, yeah. You did it right, Daddy, too. And I'm sure you do get like a good deal of respect for that. Although, if you were to go on right now and make a YouTube channel and explain that, definitely there'd be weeaboos out there who'd be like, what? Doesn't everybody in Japan speak English and there's like robots there? I'm thinking in the future I want to come to Japan and be a doctor. I don't have my doctorate here in America, but I'm pretty sure I could just go to college in Japan and become a doctor. You guys think that's a good idea? Sky, have you watched Arcane? Yeah, I've watched some of it, Eric. I didn't watch the whole thing, but almost all of it. It's good. It's good. Tim, you're right. Yeah, okay, yeah. So drawing's not mindless work, but there are certain points where it becomes tedious. Yeah, like an aggressive amount of cross-hatching or stippling or blending, or repeating patterns, filling in like if you've got like a frame that you've drawn yourself and you've got to put all this little detail in the frame, that can be kind of tedious. $200 a month for rent. That sounds amazing. Where's that at, Josh? Scott, and all the peeps in chat, what are your thoughts on creating a legion in some online gaming world and coming together to create chaos every once in a while just for giggles? Dude, we should do it in Path of Exile 2. That game's looking incredible. Scott for president. Oh no, I would be an awful president. I'd be the worstest of all presidents. Yeah, that's all I would talk about. My son said all I would talk about is eating pickles if I was president. And he's right. I'd be the pickle president of the United States of America. Every breakfast would be pickle. That's true. One nation under cucumber. Yeah, I know it's so stupid. I think this is a good point. Before religion was a person's identity, now it's politics. Yeah. Kyle. Who's Kyle? Cats are the best. Cats are the best. They're the sweetest, bestest thing ever. Seeing people eat up rage bait is crazy. Yeah. I mean, like, look, there's videos I listen to that have that kind of stuff in it. And I listen to it because some of it I agree with. For example, a lot of the stuff people were saying about Dragon Age Veilguard, where I just feel like they ruined the entire game. BioWare had originally started making this dark fantasy, ultra grim, ultra like, nihilistic version of like orcs, trolls, humans, dwarfs, elves. And now it's just become this like garbage, patronizing BS that's meant to make some sort of moral statement. And like, I'll watch videos about that, but because I agree with it. I agree that like it's total BS, and it is rage baity. It is, but what people need to do is realize you can have that opinion. It's okay. If I met another person who loves Dragon Age Veilguard, I'm not mad that they do. In fact, I'm happy that they're enjoying it. I just don't agree with it. It's fine, man. It doesn't affect my life. Someone loves to play Dragon Age Veilguard. It's cool. Whatever. You know. All the people who love playing Concord too. Oh wait, nobody does because it's been canceled. Never mind. I have a Tuxedo Cat too, and he behaves. Wow, really, Tim? I didn't know that. Deco trying to convert you and make you give him tree. Yeah, he is. I actually, when I got up for a second there, I gave him some snacks finally. My dad will get all hyped watching Fox News and then go watch NM. Damn, that's Josh. That's horrible, dude. That really is like a dad thing, isn't it? Like they'll watch the news, try to memorize what somebody says on that news, and then try to repeat it to either friends that agree with them or shout it at like another piece of media that disagrees with it. And you're like, what are you doing? You're like a mockingbird over here. Like, it's funny. My he's more left leaning, and he does that with like almost the complete opposite. He'll watch MSNBC and then watch Fox News to be like, can't believe it. Who would believe all this? And you're just like, who cares? Who cares? Let it wash over you. Don't let it affect you or provoke you. It's like you realize it's literally precisely what they want, so you keep watching, right? People are brainwashed. Sad too, because he's a smart guy. Yeah, same. My dad's really smart too. And I hate to see him like be so angry about like I get it. He's upset that Trump is he's really upset Trump is president, which I get, I understand. But who cares? There's nothing we can do now, right? Who cares? The country's not going to change that much, right? Let's still love thy neighbor, right? I have a potentially divisive question where there's no safe space for. Do you eat wings with ranch or blue cheese? Ranch. And for those of you who are blue cheese, get out of chat right now. Just joking. Get out of here. Kaede. No, I'm more of a ranch. I feel like with ranch, you can have all these different types of ranch and they're like good. I like blue cheese too, but sometimes I'll buy a type of blue cheese where I'm like, what the hell is this? This isn't blue cheese. This tastes like shit. But with ranch, it's just like, ranch. Wild ranch. Spicy ranch. Like, there's never a ranch like type that I run into where I'm like, ooh, what the hell is this? But with blue cheese, it's like it's got to be a specific kind of blue cheese, or I'm just like, oh, what? Wait, what is this? Doesn't really taste quite like blue cheese. Blue cheese, 1000%. All right, see? But look at me. I like both of them. And that's why we're both in the same chat room together here talking, being friends. I'm here to bring the ranchers and the blue cheesers together. All right? There's only one right answer. Blue cheese is just better. Pizza and ranch. I could take that too. Pizza and ranch is okay too. All right. My controversial take with that though is I actually boneless. I'm okay with boneless actually. That's fine. Wow, everybody's blue cheese in here. Wow. Okay. I like blue cheese, but like if it's not chunky blue cheese, it's like one time I don't know what it was I bought. Like one time I bought like one Publix brand where there was just like it was just like kind of watery, and I was just like, yo, what the hell? I love blue cheese, but this one's awful. I don't know what happened. Another controversial condiment take I have is that I spread mayo on my pizza. Oh, mods, please ban this guy. Mayo on his pizza. Ban Hammer right away, please. No, I'm just joking. It's fine, whatever. People in Japan like to do that. That's crazy to me, though. They also like sweet potatoes on the pizza, which just no, thank you. Good to see there's still hope for our generation. I love it, Streets, dude. You got a good sense of humor, man. It's honestly fire. Sounds disgusting. I don't know. I mean, I always put a lot of hot sauce on my pizza, and probably not a lot of people like that. I don't know. Spicy mustard with pizza. I'd do that. Anything spicy with pizza is amazing. That sounds good. Thristavius, my uncle eats peanut butter on his pizza? No, I think we've gone too far. We've gone way too far. No. Guys, I'm signing off for the night. Now I want pizza. I want pizza too, man. That sounds insane. Peanut butter on pizza. I don't know. I watch a lot of pickle stuff, like things mixed with pickles, and some of the stuff I've seen, I'm just like, what the hell? Like, even for me, and I love pickles, but there's some mixes. I still want to try it. The Dr. Pepper and. Do we have Dr. Pepper right now? We don't have any Dr. Pepper, do we? No, in the house. Ah, shoot. Do we? Oh, yeah, I think we don't. I need to try that though. I heard Dr. Pepper with like a pickle dipped in it is like supposedly really good. Yeah, I heard it's really crazy good. I heard it for real. I'm not joking. Ooh, Streets, that sounds really good. Toasted sourdough bread. Oh man. With leche and dulce. I tried it one time, literally couldn't process it correctly. It felt so wrong, but it really balanced it out. Isn't that weird when you find stuff like that that has like a weird balance that you're like, what? Ugh, that's horrible, Scott, with the pets. Wait, what's wrong? What's horrible with the pets? What are you talking about? What did I do, Smile Kita? It's horrible with the pets. Blue cheese. Are we talking about the blue cheese still? I'm super confused, Smile Kita. All right, anyway, let's get back down to that. Where's Neko at? Deco-chan. Deco baby. You got a bunch of snacks. Come hang out. Now he don't care. Now he's like, whatever, Dad, I'm full. Fried pickles. Oh, I still haven't gotten to try that. I need to try and make that actually someday. I've heard that's crazy good, fried pickles. I really like the idea of anchovies, but they are so damn salty. Anchovies taste really good, but the smell kind of kills me. All right. Thank you, Alejandra, for posting the Discord link. Yeah, come join. Anybody. It looks nice. You did a good job. All right, I'm not joking. Bye, Scott. Wait, but I like blue cheese. Wait, Streets, I like blue cheese. In another universe, they would be Jack White and Kyle Solid. What's up? Hey, Aspertine. We were actually talking about you the other day about, I think we were talking about Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and I was like, oh, he probably knows where that is. Kyle Gass, the other guy with, oh, that's why you said Kyle. Oh man, my brain just, the gears are turning. They're just not, actually connecting with each other as they turn. Have a chicken leg. Prison Planet Earth sounds like a title for a sci-fi manga. Yeah. What has changed so far in Japan from 2010 to 2020? That is a great question. Well, I mean, a lot changed after COVID, that's for sure. Sorry, super itchy. I'd say one of the main things that have changed, Gabriel, is how bad the economy is right now and how high taxes have gotten. That's one massive change that's like really noticeable from when I got there till now. What else? What is like some other noticeable change?
Well, it's hanging into 15 now.
The umai ball?
That umai ball.
Yeah. So it's like a candy. That's like a sweet and sour candy, right? It's never sweet. It's always sour?
It's salty. Umai ball.
Oh, my bad. I'm totally thinking of something different. And it went from 10 yen to 15 yen. So think about that. Slayer Duck. Both sides become Slayer Duck. Is your avatar Darkwing Duck? I love that if it is. Both sides become more extreme as a reaction to each other. Exactly. Provocation. That's what everybody's out to do. Provocation. Just like me and my wife, don't push our beliefs on people we follow. The Old Norse gods. Yeah. So Eric's got it right here. He says, just like me and my wife, we don't push our beliefs on people we follow. The Old Norse gods, we don't go up to people and tell, you need to do this now. We let people do their own thing. First of all, that is awesome that you follow the Norse gods. I'm a massive fan of Norse mythology, although I don't know, I don't want to be offensive and call it mythology. I mean, if that's your religion, then it's more than a mythology to you, obviously. Huge fan of Niflheim. But yeah, exactly. You know, my wife's Shinto. I'm more Catholic mixed with Shinto. We've never talked to anybody about it. If people ask, if they want to know about it, I'll tell them like some of the stuff that goes on. But what works for me may not work for thee. I don't understand this whole like, you need to follow the path of my way. I didn't know Star Trek went into that sort of thing. I've only watched one. No, well, okay, wait, Alejandra. Star Trek: The Next Generation. All right. Don't if you go back to like the original Star Trek, I mean, although I will say, Star Trek, the original Star Trek had the first white person and black person kiss on camera for any TV show. So they've always been kind of progressive. That was really, really like a huge deal when that happened. Captain Kirk, I forget which character it was, but he kissed a black lady, and that was like, oh my God, what? No shoving opinions or lifestyles down people's pie holes. Yes to shoving food down your pie hole. Yeah. What did Smile Kita? What does that mean? It's horrible, Scott, with the pets. What happened? What did I do? What did I do with my pets? I don't care about people's politics. I only care about if they are a good person. Yes, exactly, Smile Kita. Exactly. It's the golden rule, right? Treat others as you want to be treated. Just treat them like good. And, hope they treat you the same way back. And then if they do, you've met a good person, and we're not trying to push any kind of beliefs down each other's throats. We're just treating each other like good people and trying to be good people by treating other people like good people, right? Did I make sense when I said that? I don't know which Star Trek I watch. Generations is so much better than the original. I agree. Slayer Duck, you are 100% correct. TNG is by far the best. TNG is like prime. What? All right, hold on. I gotta go see. My son wants to show me something on the game. I want to go look. Dang, I like these chairs. What does it look out at? Let me see what the view is out the window.
Oh, it looks like this.
Oh, okay. But you're gonna create a view.
Oh,
Whoa.
you,
How did you put glass on your head?
you said that like you
It looks like a spaceship.
yeah, and look, I make that gravity.
Oh, whoa. That's cool. You should make it into some kind of like either a spaceship that's like landed or like maybe a crashed spaceship or something like that. It's looking super cool. I like how the inside looks very futuristic.
Yeah, or that.
Oh shoot, I got too much. Thank you, I hope so. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Yeah, dude, Slayer Duck, you got it, man. TNG is the best. TNG had so many lessons. I think TNG could save a generation of people. They taught so many lessons, like so many ideas, like, and they weren't like, this is the way you need to live your life. They would just like show it to you in an objective way, where they'd be like, see how this is? This is a different type of lifestyle. Never thought about that one, did you? And that's it. Like they wouldn't be like, this is a different lifestyle, and you need to realize that it exists, and you need to have it applied to your own lifestyle, be accepting of it, and maybe even join it. And it's just like, no, 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 no. It's just like, hey, think about this. You ever seen this? That's a totally different lifestyle than how you live. There is some people out there that live like that. And it was nothing subjective about it all. Not like, this is wrong think. This is poison to your brain. Don't do this. It was just like, imagine this path in life. This might be how that person feels. Ever thought about that? And that's the way you've got to deliver things, right? Like, if you want to show the other experience of people, conservative, liberal, whatever, show it to people in an objective way. If especially via storytelling, show it in an objective way and in the least preachy way possible. Bedtime, all right. Oyasumi Nuno. I hope everything is good for you in your dreams. You have the sweetest dreams ever. Bird ringing. How do you ring the bird? Bird ringing. How does one ring the bird? How do you do it? Wait, I want to know. Streets, did you really just leave because I don't like blue? I didn't like every kind of blue cheese. Did you just are you still here, Streets? Or Streets, did you really leave because I said like I don't like every type of blue cheese? If he did, it's okay. It's all right. He doesn't have to agree with me on the certain type of blue cheese I like, and that's how accepting I am. Yeah, the least preachy way possible is a way you've got to get an idea across. Okay, we get it, guys. It's in bedtime. What are you doing? You guys are funny, dude. I love it. Still thirsty. Must get second gallon. Stop being preachy about sleep. Put the ring in the bird's leg to do. Oh! Wow. You got an interesting job, Nuno. Okay, I'm going to let you get to sleep. One day I'm going to ask you about that job. That sounds incredibly interesting. Oof. Oh. You guys are hilarious, dude. I love it, man. Uh, definitely my type of people. I love you guys' sense of humor. Ugh. All right. So let me ask you guys this. What are your holiday plans? Has anybody got any holiday plans coming up? And if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving because you're in another part of the world, I'm not talking about that. What are your winter holiday plans? I'd like to hear. We're still doing You guys are cracking me up, dude. Huh? Ashton Community. Oh. What is the 4-digit code to the workout room? There we go. Come on, what's going on? It's taking forever. All right. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what we got here. Sleep maxing. Nice, man. The sleepiest soldiers. My holiday plan is to hibernate. That sounds good. I probably do need to catch up on some sleep. I work when I want to work, and I have holiday when I want to take time off, so no plans. That sounds good, Slayer Duck. I want your situation. Well, I don't know if I do. Maybe I don't. My brother and I said we'd buy some Macallan 18 once BTC hits 100. Oh, when Bitcoin hits. Oh, wait. What is Macallan? Should I know this? Is this like an obvious thing? I'm typing it in right now. Oh, shoot. Why didn't I ever put chat up? What am I doing? Oh, it's an alcohol. A luxury Scotch whiskey. Is it whiskey or is it Scotch? Make up your mind, Macallan. All right. I think I'm so funny. Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and capture this. All right. There we go. I like horror stories answer the most. That he's going to be doing cartwheels in a bowl of Tyrannosaurus soup. That sounds fun. I like doing that. That's one of my favorite holiday activities. Cartwheels and Tyrannosaurus soup. All right. You're going to go deer hunting. Very cool. All right. All right. I moved closer to family, so I'll probably be spending Christmas at my sister. It's always a good time when I get to see my nephew. I'm gonna visit my sister and mom tomorrow for an early Thanksgiving celebration. Haven't seen either of them in close to 6 years. That's great, Horror Stories. That's awesome, dude. It's great when you can finally see like family when it's been like ages and stuff and like just catch back up and have that feeling of like even though we've been gone for a long time, we just like fall back into conversations and like we've been old friends for so long that we don't have to worry about being or making ourselves comfortable again. We just fall right back in and the stories start flowing. That's the best part about meeting family after a long time. 5 a.m. dinner. Oh, 5 a.m. diner breakfast. Okay. Ah, for the first time ever, I'm drinking a soda on stream. I'm being very devious. Huh? I'm queso? Yeah, I'm pretty much queso, guys. Ah.
Drinking soda.
Actually, I've been queso all this time. Queso is just a CGI character, and I mocap him the whole time. That's why I got all the dots on my face. You guys thought these were freckles? Mocap points. Macallan is not a scotch, it's a whiskey. No, it's a scotch whiskey. No. What if it was a whiskey scotch? Don't you remember it from Yakuza? Oh, yeah, that's right. That is in Yakuza. Holy cow. What a callback. All scotch is whiskey. Not all whiskey is scotch. Dude, I didn't even realize that. I really didn't know that. Holy shit.
That guy's using a lifetime.
That's great. That's a really good family tradition. Cartwheels and
Make that knockoff like gone because like you have a lot.
uh-huh.
That you're like you don't like get knocked off of it. Like they purposely using that you like don't have knocked off.
I'm sorry, dude. That sucks. Someone's hacking in his game. Yeah, I mean, horror stories, that's like a really wonderful family tradition. The old cartwheels and Tyrannosaurus soup. It really lets you wax nostalgic. Mine is to catch up on my backlogs of models I have, 20 that have piled up. Do you have a pile of gray shame that you need to finish? You need to get that done, Eric. Gabriel says, tell us about the story in Tokyo subway where you fought someone because of the bag issue. Bag issue. Was it a Tokyo one? Oh, no, wait. Are you talking about the one where I was trying to push the baby cart on board and the guy got angry and like tried to fight me? I've told that one on stream like not too long ago. I feel bad about it again. Is that the one we're talking about? Is there another one that happened in Tokyo? Dude, same I have like 5 models I need to finish. I've got a whole box of I've got a whole box of Eldar I need to finish. I haven't even opened it. It's like still got the plastic wrap on it. And I have a box of actually I don't know. They're Nurgle, but they're not Death Guard Nurgle. They're like lesser mutated like Nurgle sort of like zombie type things. I gotta paint those. Someone slammed the bag on your face. Am I not recalling the right story? Holy cow, how old is that video? Do you remember what the name of the video was? Because I think I'm mixing it up with the time where I was trying to push the baby cart on board and the guy got like in my face and like was trying to fight me. Guy slammed a bag on my face. Nurgle Daemons? No, first of all, Ritter, welcome. Very happy to have you just join and go right to like naming W40K stuff. You definitely belong here. Oh, whoa, what happened? I will be both spending time with family and doing what I'm doing now, making comics. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome, Tim. Like, there's something great about hearing someone else who, like, hangs out, chills with family, but also like spends a great amount of time doing comics they love. Like, I'm gonna try and get a lot of art in over this week. I won't get as much art as I want to because I do have quite a bit of just like I'm hosting Thanksgiving at my house, so I've got quite a bit of prep to do. But I was out with a friend 1 week ago, and I ordered a drink called Almond Joy. I thought it was going to be so good. It was $32 for a drink. It was so disgusting. $32 for a drink. That's like Yongsen. Yeah. It tasted nothing like Almond Joy. Well, then just change the name to Almond Misery. I don't see what the problem is. Did you, I would, on the menu, I'd scratch it out with like a pen and put Misery instead. Okay, so it's not Nurgle Demons. It's like, so I got like the Death Guard, and they kind of look like the Death Guard, but if they were like skinny and didn't have any armor, like one looks like he's like a science doctor type person, but he's like slowly become all mutated and gross. And then the other guys around him look like they were just like normal everyday working people. And like they slowly became like mutated and disgusting. Maybe they are demons. Maybe they are considered possessed. They look like possessed. Possessed means like a demon takes over your mind. Whoa, chill. Relax. Deco's getting scared. You wonder why you're so angry. Having a good bartender is essential, Kita. Man, guys, I think Streets really did leave because I didn't like blue cheese. That's wild. That's kind of a very comical way to exit the scene. Wait, what happened? Gabriel, if you have a link to the video or you remember the video name, that'll bring the story back. After 15 years, I'm forgetting a lot of my own video. People bring them up and I'm like, wait, do you mean this one? Wait, do you mean this one? Having a good bartender is essential. Might be a good drink, just poorly made. That is true. Yeah, Josh is probably right there. I remember the worst thing I ever did was order a pina colada in Japan. It was, I don't know how you messed that drink up so bad, but it was like the most disgusting thing I'd ever drank in my life. Like I took one sip and was just like, what the hell is this? And they're like, it's pina colada. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, it was not good. Having a good part. Okay. Heck yeah. Tell us about how Sigma Stallone handled them bag delinquents on the subway. I remember there was like one where like you have to be careful with how you're holding your bag and stuff when you're on the subway because you're like ultra close to each other. I remember one story about like with people like having it on their back where they hit people all the time with it, and you're just like, dude, what the hell? I'm wondering if that's the same story we're thinking about. There's definitely been more than one time where like I'm just like, yo, what are you doing? It's usually another gaijin too. It's usually not Japanese people. Get out of here. Go back to your country. Nobody wants you here. That's what people in America say to me. No, I'm just joking. Nobody says that to me in America. I'm just joking, Maki. If someone said that to me, I'd be like, what are you talking? Are you okay? Yeah, $32 for a cocktail. Do you live in New York? Where the hell do you live? Moscow? Where the hell is it? You've been playing since 9th edition. Nice. Currently trying to get a team of Japanese/expats to Austria for the world team. Whoa, nice. You play it competitively? Recently, I started like listening to people who play it competitively, and I listened to this whole like tutorial about like things you should ask, like questions you should ask your opponent as you sit down to play competitively. It was very interesting. That's interesting, dude. I haven't met somebody who plays competitively. Very cool. Tim, you're talking to me. Have I ever considered drawing comics? I have drawn some comics in the past. You know what really like gets me with comics that like slows me down? Writing dialogue. I'm very bad at it. Like I can write a story, a whole plot and outline and everything like that, and I can draw it out, and then I'll go back in and try to like start making dialogue, and I'm just like, holy crap, this is bad dialogue. Wow. I've always kind of had that problem. My dialogue writing skills are very poor. Um, I used to help friends I had two friends who were like film majors, and I could help them write the whole story, and then they'd be like, "Do you want to help like write the script too?" And I would try to. I'd be like, "Yeah, sure, I can try that." And then I'd be like, "Interior, blah blah blah," and I'd be like, "Dialogue, uh-oh. How do people talk?" I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm just not very good at writing dialogue. That's what really slows me down. I have made it through making a whole comic before. I drew my first entire comic in sophomore year of high school. It was called Cold Chain Head, like cold as in burr, cold, and then chain. You know what a chain is, of course. Head, and it was about this guy who was a detective, and instead of having a normal head, he just had like a big loop of chains, and his name was Cold Chain Head, and it was like murders and stuff he solved. And when he'd have to get into a fight with somebody, he'd whip his head around, and it was a giant like chain. Cold Chain Head. Well, this is a weird comic, but I liked it. It was my own idea for sure. Um, Shoot, I've lost track. If I added all my models backlogged, it is 20 Gunpla, 3 planes, and 5 trucks. Eric, you need to get to work, son. 32 DLs. Yeah. Yeah, $32. You can buy groceries for a week. Where are you buying groceries at? Dollar store? No, actually, dollar store is expensive, man.
Not $20.
Yeah, it really isn't a dollar store. It's a dollar ripoff store.
$3 or $5.
Yeah, dude, the dollar store really has become awful. Like, if you really want something cheap, go to Walmart, and at least you'll get better quality. It won't be garbage, and you won't like fool yourself into thinking you're spending less. I feel like the dollar store is such a scam now. Sorry, I don't know. I'm getting really worked up over the dollar store. Gabriel said, "You said that in the subway, a guy stood up and deliberately swung his bag to you." Oh, okay. That's what. Okay, we're thinking about the same thing. Oh my God, that was the one where like when I say like you got to watch where you put it on your back, it's that he swung it around to put it on his back, and when he did that, he hit me in the face with putting it on. That's happened like more than one time. I've had that happen. It's always some idiot. Like it's either number one a gaijin who does it because they just don't realize like how compartmentalized we are inside of Japan and how like small the space is. And then number two, either that or it's just like someone who's just like socially unaware. Like I've seen Japanese people do it to other Japanese people and almost get in a fight over it. Um, I mean, like the time I'm talking about, I pretty much almost got in a fight over it because he hit me in the face with it. It's like, dude, what are you doing? I think if I remember correctly, when he did that, and then I was like, oh, okay. So I like swung my bag back over and was like, this is what you just did. And I hit him with my own bag when I put it back on. And then he was like, oh, oh. You always get that reaction. Oh, okay. Poxwalkers. That's what they are. Dang, you're good, Ritter. You're like a walking codex. I miss some funny someone rage quitting over blue cheese. Did you? I don't know if you really did that. It might have just. If he was serious, if he really did quit over it, number one, um, I'm proud of him for standing up for his blue cheese beliefs. Number two, that is a man who is devout to blue cheese, and we should never ever question that. And number three, I've been looking for a representative for blue cheese, and I think I found it. It's Streets. Pina colada tastes like the way suntan lotion smells. Yes. That is a great description. Wow. Well, what happened was when I got the pina colada, it was just um, like you could kind of smell a little bit of like a coconut smell on it. But then I took a drink and it was just like, I don't know, what do you mix pina colada with? Vodka? Whatever hard liquor it was, it just straight tasted like that with like no mix in it at all. Yeah, it was, I remember I held the glass up like to the waiter who brought it to me. And he was like, "What? What's the problem?" I was like, "Mazu." And go minasai. Yeah, who made it? I just didn't get charged for it. I didn't ask for another one. I saw the comment because it's still there, but I missed everything else. Um, I don't know. He might have just signed off. Like I don't know if he was really that serious. If he is, I'm sorry. If blue cheese is going to get you worked up enough to quit chat, then it's definitely not the place to hang out. I don't think he was serious though. I think he was probably ready to sign off and was just like, all right, this is a funny way to exit. If it was from Inns Wilson, that's a good friend of mine. There's a Discord for wargamers in Japan that mostly Kanto based. I can still. Oh, cool. Man, I think the only place in Osaka we had was in Umeda. There was a Warhammer place. They For a while, Yellow Submarine used to participate in it, but for some reason, Yellow Submarine swore off like RPGs, tabletop war games, and went full like what do you call them? Competitive trading card games. Which that's cool. If you're into it, cool, whatever, that's fine. I got nothing against you, but I don't know why they swore off RPGs, TTRPGs. Blue cheese with hot wings. Yeah, blue cheese with hot wings is good. It's such a good balance. Ranch is still really freaking good. Yeah. Writing dialogue that sounds cool and natural is hard. Yeah, I suck at it. I'm really bad at it. And that's what always stalls me out. Like, in high school, I didn't care. That's how I was easily able to complete my first comic was just like, I wrote word good. I finish. What happened, Maki? You okay?
I don't know, my sword suddenly come out. Like I even didn't.
What came out?
My sword.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
I didn't push from myself.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what could have happened.
Suddenly.
That's why I never like Quentin Tarantino movies dialogue because it sounds very cool, but it's not natural at all. That is true. Jackie Brown has pretty natural dialogue, but yeah, like Reservoir Dogs, like those. That's kind of like over the top, especially with Harvey Keitel. Like you're kind of like, okay, we're all tough guys here, I used to love pina coladas until I tried a mudslide, and then I was like, the blue cheese and ranch thing. I'd rather have a mudslide. Oh yeah, I mean that's fine. You find out what you like even more. I've had several pina coladas, and I can't tell the difference between a good one and a bad one. If you had drank this one, you would have been like, this is not a good one. I don't know what happened. Single malts. My friend and I do gin and tonic a lot. Yeah, Yellow Submarine is all TCGs now. We have some official Warhammer stores in Tokyo. We play at. That's cool, man. Dang, dude, I wish I could join a group like that when I was in Japan. I'm going back in May. I want to join the Umeda one. Maybe paint some minis with people out there. I have so much free time when I come to Japan. Um, you know, it's pretty much school's closed here, and then the school's still going on there in Japan. And man, oh man, it's so fun. I really get to enjoy myself. Like it's the most relaxed I've ever been in my life is when I go there. And like I literally I hung out in Japan. I didn't go many places at all because I've been everywhere I've ever wanted to go in Japan. And I played Shadow of the Erd Tree. That was it. That's what I did. I beat Dark Souls 1 for the first time too. That was the other thing I did. Tournaments are held at places like community centers we rent out. Whoa, that's cool. Is there like official judges there and stuff? Like how does that work out, Ritter? That's really interesting. I enjoy writing dialogue. I'll sometimes just write a conversation out between 2 or 3 characters, then block it out in panels after that. I That's good, man. That's awesome you got a talent for that. I'm really bad at it. Um I don't know why. I don't know why I'm so bad at it. I don't know why like I struggle with that, but I've always struggled with dialogue. That's probably my biggest weakness when it comes to, like I can write a full story outline, I can have all kinds of like twists and stuff like that, be very satisfied with my story and know what my characters are, who they are, what their motivations are and stuff like that. And then I get everything lined up and ready to go. I got everything drawn and everything like that. I'm like, this panel, this will happen, and this is the action. And then I start to write it. I'm like, oh my God, this dialogue's so bad. Like everything's cringe. I don't know.
Bro, yeah, like me too. You tried to be one. Now you almost died on a run. So sad.
So sad, too bad. That's what you should tell him, Mock Mock. All right, let me see what we got here. Did you ever try again with that game where you're a cat and chases? Nah, I returned the game. That's what a spoiled sport I am, Slayer Duck. I know some people will hear that and be like, "Oh, are you serious? You just gave up like that?" Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna do this wrong.
And like I'd get why some people would be upset with me for that, for returning the game. But my biggest problem with that game was, well, I've explained this before. I love atmosphere. Like I play horror games for the atmosphere. And what's the number one thing that stops you from enjoying an atmosphere? A game that has the chase and hide play. I hate it. Can't stand it. I can't enjoy that. Why did you create an atmosphere if I constantly have to sprint past it?
Bro, it's crying.
Oh, I haven't had like a Mountain Dew in a really long time. I know it's 0 calorie, but I feel like it still tastes the same.
Ha! Yo, I won.
White Russian, actually, that's one I like. I like White Russian. There's one they have in Japan. I forget what it's called. It's something milk, like Ushu milk or something like that, or Umushu, or I forget what it's called. I can't remember. It's a good drink. Dude, I'm jealous, Ritter. Konami Umeshu milk? You probably don't know. It's like a drink, alcoholic drink. Dude, I'm jealous. Not Kyushu milk or something? Not Kyushu. That's not from Kyushu. It's okay. Don't worry. It's a really...
Cucumber!
Yeah, cucumber milk. That sounds so delicious. Dude, I'm jealous, Ritter. Konami makes such better products for Asian Yu-Gi-Oh! Than they do for international. I didn't know that. Probably because they actually have competition for TCGs there, where out here it's just Magic, Pokemon, or oh, I didn't even know that. It's all volunteer. I've judged some of the events in the past. The main English-speaking group in Tokyo, Tactical, but we're trying to unite the different cliques of expats and Japanese. Oh, that's cool, man. I like to see that, like when there's like crossover between the Japanese version and the American one. I go to Inner Londo, grind it like hell to get a rare shield drop from one of those big. Dude, that's like the same exact thing I did. Oh, you decided to stop playing. Dude, I grinded in Anne Orlando for so long until I could finally beat Smo and what's his name? Smo and guys, help me out here. What's Smo's skinnier friend's name? Smo and damn, what's the Dragon Rider, dude? Oh well, whatever. What was that game called with the cat and the silent? Oh, Late Homework. I mean, I would suggest buying it if you like chase and hide games. You'll love it. Anyone ever play Universal Fighting System? You know, is that a RPG? The Universal Fighting System, a TTRPG? It sounds like GURPS, General Universal Role Playing System. Is that like a Steve Jackson made thing? I bet I could avoid that stupid thing and memorize the exact. Yeah, see, like, there's some people who are really good at that, like Osaka Shogun, like, and I get it. Like, there's some people who have like a natural affinity for those kind of games. For me, it's just not like, for example, the game Remothered. I was really interested to buy that game. Like, it looked really cool. I liked the whole ambience of it. I love the look of it, of how creepy it is, the characters, the story behind it. And then I saw it was like a chase, run, and hide game, and I was just like, nope. I'll watch a playthrough and that's it, man. Screw it. I can't do these games where you have to. There's so much beautiful, like incredible, like artwork and atmospheres and everything created in that game. Even the story's not too bad, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to like have to run past everything. Ornstein and Smo. There we go. God damn, why can't I remember that? You want to hear the stupidest thing I did with Ornstein and Smo? I didn't understand how you did co-op play because I kept wanting to summon somebody to help me fight them. I never did. I never was able to. But the way I was doing it, I was joining their fight against Ornstein and Smo, and I must have helped like 20 or 30 people beat Ornstein and Smo and be like, why the hell aren't they disappearing from my game? I keep beating them over and over again. I couldn't figure out like you do. I forget the old like however you summon somebody in Dark Souls 1. I never did quite figure it out. I ended up beating all the bosses solo, but I helped a bunch of people like beat God, what's her name? The spider lady. Why am I suddenly not remembering all their names? I used to have all these memorized. I helped a bunch of people beat the spider lady because I couldn't figure out how summoning worked. And then I helped a ton of people beat Ornstein and Smo. And then eventually, like, I got so leveled up from beating them over and over and over again that I was able to just do it on my own. So the spider lady, her name's like Quilbis or something. Quil, whatever. Konami USA makes it hard. Wow! What happened there? Wait, someone else went to sleep? What the heck? Oh, Ricardo came on. What's up? Konami USA makes it hard to get good Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It's embarrassing how easy you can get good cards from the Japanese version. I didn't know that. That's weird. I'm going to take off for the night. Jonah, dude, thank you so much as always for your help and just your sense of humor and everything. Chilling with you is always a fun time, bud. Thank you again for your help, though, with Discord. You rock. Late Homework. Got it. Yeah, dude, I would purchase it. It's a well-made game and everything like that. I just hate having to rush. I don't get a lot of time to play video games these days, so when I do, I want to relax. I want to enjoy it. I want to take my time with it. And any game that's like go 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 go, I'm just like ugh. Unless you're a racing game, stop. And that's just a personal thing. I'm not hating on the creator of the game or anything like that. After fighting Flame Lurker and the Man Eaters in Demon Souls, Ornstein and Smoke. Dude, I've only just recently got Demon Souls. I literally got like a PS5 just to be able to play Demon Souls. And god damn, that game's way hard. That game makes Dark Souls 1 feel like nothing. I don't love chase games, but I might give that game a chance. Go for it. Universal Fighting System is a video game TCG. Oh. Really? Have you guys ever heard of that TCG called Urban Rivals? I wanted to learn more about that game because it looks insane. Like, I really like the artwork for that game. I want to revisit Cave Story. Wow, I haven't heard people mention that game in a long time. Cave Story is an interesting. The story of how it was built itself is pretty interesting. Shattered Memories has a chase run. It's weird, but I didn't really mind the. But I guess you do. You get to see everything before you have to go on the chasing points in Shattered Memories. I did think those were pretty stupid. Like the chase scenes in Shattered Memories are just kind of like, oh boy, here we go again. Oh no, ice guy's coming for me. Wee. Like, a real man of the people. Real sheep counting hours. The halberd completely breaks the spider lady boss. The halberd. Hold on, where's my phone? Whatever happened? I never got approved. What the hell? Okay, I don't know what the hell's going on with that. Hold on. Items. I know what you were saying with halberd, but you said halberd, and I just imagined this crazy bird-shaped halberd, and now I'm writing it down as an item in my TTRPG. Halberd. Shaped like. Dude, that's a good one. Sorry, I had to write that down. That was like when I saw the vision in my head, I was like, that'd be an awesome weapon. The halberd. It's a halberd built from the beak of like some sort of poisonous bird, like a giant, rock-sized or like, griffin-sized bird, and its beak is like it has poison in it and stuff, and so they hunt down and kill that animal to be able to harvest their beaks to make the halberd. All right, sorry. I just had all this lore suddenly flow through my head and wrote it down. You're really proud of your Dark Souls 1 build? My build was so weird. Like, I played that game unlike any other Dark Souls ever. I started out as like kind of this ninja type build where I was like really fast with like a scimitar and like always running real quick to do like the head on, like fast, quick stab as many times as I can before I finally have to roll. And then as I slowly just kept leveling everything up over and over and over and got so high as far as strength and dexterity was concerned, eventually I started to wear the what's the one armor that just makes you like a living rock pretty much. Like you walk so slow with it on, but anything that hits you, you're just like, I'm fine, whatever. I just kept wearing that. Oh, there you go. Wait. You started to talk about it. I saw someone just say max pose, poise. I'm really proud of my Dark Souls. Dang, it makes you feel like Dynasty Warriors. Damn, what the heck? Lucerne, which has all the thrust attacks, which have double damage if you get a hit. Well, Leo Ring. I eventually turned into this like really strange character in that game where I'd wear that armor that was just like insane poise and insane like defense, but then I'd put on like the green leaf shield where it would pump my dexterity even higher, so I had decent movement while still wearing that like ultra heavy armor. And then I still had like, oh, and then eventually I got into like using super heavy weapons, which I never do. I'm usually into like hit as many times as I can before I have to roll or duck or whatever. And I eventually ended up with like just some like massive, I think it was one of those like giant swords or something like that. It was really weird. Yeah, dude, Dark Souls 1 is really different from the rest. It's really different from Demon Souls for sure. Alejandra going to bed too. Alejandra, good night. You made it to New Game Plus 9? I'm only on New Game Plus 1. I don't know if I'll ever go through all of Dark Souls again. Maybe I will. I don't know. It's such a good game. I think the beauty of Dark Souls 1 is it's just very classic fantasy. Like the most classic grimdark fantasy possible. Now I want to go play it again. I've made it pretty far through Dark Souls 2. I forget where I am right now, but I gave up on that game like a long time ago. I was like, screw this. This isn't like Dark Souls at all. And then I got the Steam Deck and I started to play it on that. And I'm like, damn, it's really fun on the Steam Deck. I don't know why I'm having so much fun on it. And I got really far in it. I beat like a bunch of bosses all in a row. Like I just started like, I don't know what it was. I was like blowing through a bunch of bosses. I'm totally, I don't know, like I feel crazy when you kill an enemy 12 times and they disappear in that game. Like, what a weird concept for Dark Souls. Like, after so many kills, the enemy disappears. Okay, I got the Platinum Trophy, which requires like NG4 or 5. Damn. Dude, Demon Souls is like, at first it started out and I thought like, oh, this isn't too different from the rest of the Dark Souls stuff. And then like, I'm still at the very beginning of it. Like I've only had it for a short time, but like even this like first castle you run through, like I'll make it almost halfway through and then just die. I don't even know if I'm halfway through. I don't know where I'm at. Like, and I just like somebody throwing bombs is always killing me. I'm just like, damn, everybody got to throw something in this game. The first half of Dark Souls 1 is the most master. Oh yeah, the second half is kind of sloppy. That is true. Josh, it's like copy and paste near the end, isn't it? Especially like that, whatever that hell type lava place is. It was just like, oh shit, we forgot to make more demons. Well, let's just copy and paste this demon over and over and over again. For anyone curious about Demon Souls, please don't do what I did and think that you have to play all the levels in order. It's okay to leave a boss area open and come back. The pets that got drop off and oh, yeah. I'm Smile Kita, I'm like completely against that. Like I hope you understood that. Like I think that's awful that people do that. I thought you meant like I'm bad for thinking about doing that or something. I mean, I probably read it wrong. But yeah, I agree with you. It's disgusting people who do that. That's why when people like he asked the question, he said, "What happens? Do people abandon pets a lot in Japan, and what happens if they do?" And it made me think of that, the pet drop box, as they call it. The first castle is the last level? Is that why it's so damn hard? Ugh. I gotta go back and play that again. I wish I could play it on my Steam Deck. I only have it for PS5. I think Demon Souls is only for PS5, isn't it? I mean, unless you get like, I don't know. Anyway, guys, I better wrap it up. It's 11 o'clock. I'm like falling asleep here. My eyes are like kind of like this all the time because I'm like damn near half asleep. Demon Souls is crazy. Yeah. Funny times tonight. We had some good laughs. I'm really glad to hear like a lot of us are all on the same page, no matter like what walk of life we come from. That we all agree that like the world is too divided right now. It was very refreshing to hear all of you agree with me on that. Um, the divisiveness going on in media today is just like absurd and disgusting. I don't know. We'll try to. Oh, it's also on PS3, but isn't the PS3 got like the actual original version? Um, all right. You too, Slayer Duck. Yeah, good talk with you too, man, Slayer Duck. I think you had some really good points tonight too. Um, yeah, you guys, you have a great night. What is tomorrow's Sunday? I'm already losing track of days because I got so much time off. Wow, 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 wow. The World Tendency is such an insanely impactful game mechanic. Wait, World Tendency is such an insane. I don't even know how that works in it. What? I don't even under. You'll have to tell me about that later, Josh. I didn't even know that could happen. Maybe that's what I've done or something. Okie dokie, good night. Luna, thanks again for joining for tonight. I'm really happy to see you back. All right. Guys, have a great night. Tomorrow I'll stream again. I'm probably going to stream a lot earlier though tomorrow. Today was like a little bit too late. I got started like 7:30, 8 o'clock tonight. I'll probably start earlier. I have a feeling tomorrow's going to be rough. I really worked my body like to its limit out there today with covering my driveway. So I have a feeling I'm going to wake up very sore tomorrow. Anyway, always a good talk with you guys. This is the best part of my weekend. And I hope it's a good part of your weekend too, guys. Have a great one. Good night. Sleep tight.